Lucky Lefty Podcast, Onora Boys. We're in the building. Well, left will be soon, and we're brought to you by ONORA Whiskey, OnoraWhiskey.com. You see it down there. You see it. What does it say down at the right there? Notre Dame 27, Penn State 24. You see it right there. We're brought to you by ONORA Whiskey, OnoraWhiskey.com. It's that premium American whiskey, OnoraWhiskey.com. And ladies and gentlemen, if you're going to drink, by all means, make sure you do it.
Drink in Atlanta. That's what it is. Drink in Atlanta. That's where we going. That's where we going, baby.
ONORA in Atlanta.
Come on now. It's Championship Friday.
This is not a song. This is revelation. How to get this shit on. Hey. He left. Somebody had to do it.
Somebody had to do it.
Watch Indy do it. Yep. Turn the TV off. Get with us. YouTube. Subscribe. Hit the thumbs up. Leave your comments and questions. We respond to all. Lucky Lefty Pod. TikTok, Twitter, X, Instagram. Lucky Lefty Network. Over at patreon.com. Patreon.com. Lucky Lefty Network. Lucky Lefty Podcast. Players Only Podcast. Audio edibles each and every day. Here, Nation. That's how we get it done. Home in a misguided path. Ever committed to making sure that we spin it different.
Let's go.
Let me get my petty on. Wait a minute. Let me zoom out a little bit. Let me get my petty on.
That's right.
That's Penn State. That's the DBs talking crazy early in the game. Yeah. Let's get it. Let's get it, Left. Oh, we're gonna talk that talk today. Oh. If you thought we talked that talk after Georgia, we talking that talk today. I held my peace. Remember what did I say? I said I was trying to be respectful. I was trying to be respectful about the matchup. I was trying to be respectful. James Franklin, he tried to bring it out at that press conference, but I stayed respectful. I stayed respectful. I'm about to talk that talk. Cam McDaniel is going to join us. Howard Griffin is going to join us. Oh, you know Ken Gibbs. You can't wait. You know Ken Gibbs is like, what? Did 13 just lead Notre Dame to national championship?
No, you talking about lead. You lead with 2 picks? Okay, but he had 220-some yards. He had 220-some yards. He hit them yards.
He gave you what you asked for. He took
2 picks to get there, but he gave us what he asked for. There we go. We predicted the stat line. He had to get the stat line to get there. He got to it. I mean, I don't know what else to say. I mean, he did what we asked him to do. Now, he made a lot of mistakes. He made some plays here and there, but toughness sticks throughout. He was able to take a big hit. Steve Angeli, the prepared peanut butter assassin himself, came in there, handled it like a true veteran. This wasn't like we threw in a guy who's inexperienced, a guy who hasn't played in the moment, a guy who hasn't taken any reps. This is Steve Angeli. He's been waiting on this moment his whole life. Got a great opportunity to add in to a win when everybody thought at one point it was all bleak. But we all know they had Drew Aller on the other side who was going to give us the game eventually. It was a waiting game. Everybody complained about, it's boring watching Notre Dame. Notre Dame's so boring to watch. What we do second half? We gave y'all what y'all wanted because y'all complained about Georgia. Oh, you guys lulled me to sleep. It was so boring to watch y'all play football. But that was the most exciting half football in college football history, damn near. We, the champs, Notre Dame, stand today. Now, we told you we was going to win. Like Sean said, We tried to be nice about James Franklin the Turtle. We tried to be nice. We tried. But he done kept sneak dissing us, and then Cam throwing in his little 2 cents and all this stuff that was going on. But Notre Dame never wavered. We showed championship DNA the entire game. Championship DNA. We told you we didn't have the experience, and we haven't been in a situation when we were down 2 scores. How do we respond? We haven't been in a situation where we had to score to win. We haven't been in a situation the whole season. And what happened when the plays needed to be made? Playmakers stepped up to the plate. Jordan Greathouse, 7 for 100 yards, 2 touchdowns. Riley Leonard being able to bounce back after throwing 2 devastating picks. Championship DNA. The defense locked down all game and gave Penn State advantage after advantage after advantage, and we locked down when it was time. We give them the holding calls. We'll give them the pass interference twice. Christian Gray got one to put him in the end zone. Adon Schuler got him close to get him in the end zone, but that's okay because we never wavered. This was the first game all season when the defense had to turn down the sideline and say, hey, offense, help us out. First time all season. And it just so happened to be in the semifinal game. And guess what? The offense responded in great fashion, right on time. They did exactly what a championship team does. When one part doesn't go right and it was unexpected and it may be shocking at some points, the other part steps up. We finally see a leveling of the team where it's not just defense dominant. It took some offense, it took some defense, it took some special teams to win that game. And most of all, Coach Marcus Freeman stayed composed. Everybody could have went crazy about a 10-0 lead. Everybody could have went crazy about throwing a pick with 5 or 6 minutes left in the game and they go up to 7 points. Many people will lose it, but not Marcus Freeman. And not this team's belief. And the team's belief stood out the entire night. Penn State didn't want it. Penn State was surprised they would even be up and even be in the game like they were. I was telling everybody all that cute stuff they're doing the first half is not going to last all game. They had some fundamental things that we already said was going to be an issue. Tyler Warren, great. Had a spectacular game. They just needed 11 of Tyler Warrens. They needed 11 number 10s, 11 number 13s. But Penn State failed for the same reason that we talk about all the time. The quarterback is arguably one of the most important keys to the game. No matter how good the team is, your quarterback has to perform. And 15 exposed himself for what I've been saying this whole time, that he's a fraud, that he's going to give it to us, that he's not big for the big moments. And he proved it. And he proved it. Even in the chances they had, he's throwing the ball short to the running back to get into the end zone. That should have been 7. He's not good. Now, luckily, the next 2 teams have better quarterbacks. So we're going to have to tighten some things, hunker some things down, be better in different spots. But Penn State had no chance to win with number 15 back there, and they lied on the broadcast, lied on the broadcast and said this guy was something he wasn't. He's composed. He's not going to put the ball in harm's way. He didn't put the ball in any way.
They literally said that before the snap led to the interception. Literally right before the interception, that's what they were saying.
And good old Christian Gray, who's been battling all season. The ups and the downs. He's getting tried every game, getting tested. Got tested last night. But the one thing we've learned about Christian Gray, if Penn State didn't watch the tape from USC, is that you may try him and you may get some. But when it comes down to the nitty-gritty, When it comes down to who is the mano y mano, the best players on the field, Christian Gray shows up every time. He just had a pick 6 against USC to end the game. What makes you think he's not going to end the game against Penn State? That's how you show up. Mike Mickens, Al Golden. I mean, it was a great emotional roller coaster. But I never wavered in our faith because we had one thing that nobody else has. And that's a solid foundational belief system in who we have as our head coach. Them boys don't believe in Franklin. Them boys didn't look like they believed in Franklin the whole game. They were trying to rally around each other. They were trying to hype themselves up. They trying to gas themselves. They trying to make sure that they could bring the energy from their side. But we had the energy the whole night. Look how easy we were able to flip through different styles of variations of versatility of offense. Heavy run. Hurting on the pass game. Oh, Riley goes down. Throw Steve in there. Start throwing the ball a lot more efficient. 6 for 7 to get 3 points. That's after 2 offensive line. Then we put Charles Jagaso in at right guard. Tosh Baker at left tackle. And didn't miss a beat. You would think with all those things happening, you would have thought the walls was crumbling around us. Oh, this is 2015. This is 2012. Things not going our way. But through all of that, they only got 10 points. Through all of that, we would still be able to outscore them when we needed to in the second half. Penn State was playing great. And all that stuff they were doing got 10 points. Third quarter come around with them second half adjustments. We're the best second half adjustment team in the country by far. No points in the third. 14 unanswered. And if Riley didn't give him a pick, it wouldn't even have been that close. We probably would have went down and scored again. We came out the second half and ran straight up the middle with the secret sauce from the Missouri boys. I've been telling you about Aeneas Williams before the season started.
When he was a recruit, you said, yo.
I was telling you about Aeneas Williams when we was watching his high school tape on this podcast. And I said, if he get the ball in many different ways, it's going to be hard to stop. What they do? Throw him out on the wide. Put him on the linebacker. Sluggo. Look like Kyron Williams. I'm like, all the Missouri, that's our secret sauce. Y'all can go get the 5 stars from Alaska and Georgia and all these places. We go to Missouri. We go to Missouri to get that foundation. It was great to see. See the ups and downs of Riley Leonard. Shaky. Has some good spots. Toughed it out. Mental fortitude to stay in it. That was great football play by Riley. It wasn't excellent, but he got the stat line. We've been saying all week, the stat line is an indicator of improvement. He couldn't have won with 90 yards last night.
So did he improve? Did he improve? Wait. Did he improve from the last game?
Yes, he improved because he got to that stat line. That's why the stat line was important.
So he improved.
That's why the stat line was important. That shows improvement. Now we can talk about improvement. Not 90 yards, the 223 and about 80 plus yards rushing. Exactly what I said. Exactly. To the point. That's what he needed to do to prove that he was worth the transfer. And it was ugly, but he got it done. And that's all that matters.
Did we not say that? Did we not say that?
We said that too.
Wait. He's of his NIL money into the playoffs. Did we not say that? Like regular season, we care less about that regular season stuff.
We don't care nothing about that regular season.
That NIL was all about last night. All about Georgia. That's why he got the money. That's why he got the money.
That's why I got the money.
That's why you got the money.
He cashed the check in. He said, "This is why I'm here." He got paid.
Yeah,
and he gave a little bit to Steve too. Let's not even act like he ain't throw Steve a couple hundred.
No, Steve definitely needs. Tip your cap for the professional. Steve, now understand, everybody comes in, they say Steve is the guy in the quarterback room. He is the constant. He is the steady emotional flow for that quarterback room. And for him
That's
to
right.
be ready, like he had to come in right there. And that just shows you they didn't hand the ball off. Spread it out. We're about to go at it. Go down the field, get some points.
Look how fast we were able to switch the mindset. We're not heavy. We went empty. We going empty out backs. We throwing the football on consecutive plays. We wasn't scared, didn't flinch. The receivers were ready for the moment. They knew when Steve got in, they said, okay, we got a chance. Let's go ahead and make this happen. All the different things we had to adjust to offensively and defensively within the game. Penn State had to do what? They were playing with the same group the entire game. Guys didn't get hurt. Guys didn't have ups and downs and twists and turns. They played a solid game. And it wasn't good enough. All them different motions and shifts and snapping it to the tight end and doing these elaborate play action passes and all that stuff. They played good, but it wasn't good enough. And it just showed the levels. Penn State can only go so far. And Notre Dame just found a way to just another notch, another level, another play, another stop. We really gave Penn State hope in the second half by throwing the pick, because the third quarter was total dominance. Them boys didn't know what to do on offense. That's why people say it's boring. That's why people say it was tough to watch, because that third quarter, what Al go and do? Put the clamps on. Couldn't find a pass, couldn't get a run. Everything was tough, seat belt, knockdowns, total ball destruction. Them boys wanted to punt. They said on the broadcast, James Franklin didn't even hesitate. He was punting. He said he didn't even hesitate. Send out the punt unit. The momentum changed so drastically in the third quarter, they lost hope. Penn State wasn't jumping around.
Don't you know, like the Atlanta Braves, like I think it's the 7th inning, they have a dude, I forget his name. They allow a fan to come out and erase him, and they give him like a head start all the way to center field.
Give him a head start, yeah.
That's what Marcus Trent did that to James Franklin last night.
He said, go ahead, get out there.
Go ahead.
Go, see how far.
Let you and your squad get a head start. Go ahead.
They didn't know how to handle
it. Let's make it interesting.
Let's make it interesting. Y'all say it's boring.
If we show up from the beginning, it's not even gonna be close.
It's not gonna be good.
Let's make it interesting for the people. Let's make it interesting.
Let's put the carrot in front of them a little bit. See what they do with it.
Hey, Riley, you got a couple of picks in you tonight. Let's make it interesting.
Let's go. Yeah, you got a couple picks. Let's see how far we can push ourselves. Okay. Let's see how many chances we can give these freaky Lions. They out there grabbing meat, cheating, doing all type. I'm like, this is what the Big Ten has to offer. This is what everybody wants us to do.
Hey, hold on, relax now. I'm gonna pick my degrees from the Big Ten. Relax.
No, I'm just saying this the on the field play that they want us to join. This type of tomfoolery. They wasn't serious about no football. They meat grabbing. That's what y'all gotta do.
Meat grabbing, bro.
Meat grab. You got a meat grab. That's important to y'all, freaky Lions. That's what shows desperation. Desperation. You gotta grab the wrong balls. That's how bad y'all want to cheat. Because we just up and down. That's what it was. We came out the third quarter, went straight at you. We didn't run to the side for Abdul Carter to show his athleticism and his chase down ability and all that. No, we should run through the middle. Jeremiah Love said, why are we going side to side? Let's go through the middle. That's how you take the heart out of the defense. Them boys was gassed. They didn't know what to do. They was providing all the pressure first quarter, first half. Oh, they mowing our guys back, throwing guys, tossing guys. Running guys over, stiff arming guys. Oh, that was crazy. And then what happened? What they doing track? Ooh, 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 ooh. It got louder and louder. We started hawking them down. Drew Allard wasn't ready for that moment, and he knew it. He kept looking up at the scoreboard. We up, we winning. Oh, and the hair on his neck just started to rise. We really came out and played our first complete game. And we could have played a little bit better. Take away the 2 mistakes. Where's Penn State in this game? Nowhere to be found. Nowhere to be found. How do you get into a game where you have 0 receptions from receivers and the other team is supposed to have the receiver problems? Talk about that. The other team was supposed to have the receiver problems and the receiver issues, but you came into the game with 0 catches, 0 touchdowns, and 0 yards. I've never seen it. It's never been done. Never. So that's why Drew LR is trash. Trash. That has never happened before. No matter how bad a quarterback has been, that stat has never existed. So for you to make up a whole new category and stat of trash, oh, you was never meant to get there. You was never meant to get there. I didn't hear Leonard Moore the whole night. I know why. I know why I didn't hear Leonard Moore the whole night.
Did you see the second to last play?
Where he threw it out of bounds?
He threw out of bounds. Leonard Moore literally told the receiver, you got 0 yards tonight, fam. 0. He literally told him, like, oh, God, nothing.
Couldn't sneak nothing. Nothing.
They couldn't even throw y'all a quick screen. You couldn't even quick screen.
Didn't get none of that. None of that was working. Nothing. That's the greatest DB performance in playoff history. It has to be. There's literally no stat that you can have better than having the opposite receiver core have 0 catches, 0 touchdowns, and 0 yards. It's just impossible. This isn't Army we was playing. Army had a reception. Navy had a couple of grabs. And Penn State got nothing. Nunca. That's why Penn State was trash, like I said in the beginning. Trash in the game. Drew LR's trash. He's no different than Will Howard. Just got better talent around him. Will Howard, the only thing he's known for is playing on the most expensive roster in college football history. Being on the team. That's your best accomplishment.
Let them win the game tonight, man. You're starting to trash talking for Ohio State already.
I'm just saying they're gonna get the same performance. Lackluster performance from the quarterback position. You just saw a body double. Trash.
Cam McDaniel joins us right here as we continue to discuss Notre Dame's 27-24 win in the Orange Bowl to advance to the national championship against the winner of tonight's game between Texas and Ohio State down in Atlanta on January the 20th. Cam, just your overall takes. We'll get into the nuances of the stats and the situational things and everything that Notre Dame overcame to win this game. But your overall thoughts about what you saw last night.
Oh, man. I'm still taking it in. I turned the TV off at like 2 minutes before the half and just did a breath work session, to be completely honest. I was like, that's where I was at. I was like, yo, I gotta chill out because I was so vested, man. Just like and ended up turning the TV back on and it's 10-10 and just like a completely new team showed up almost. And that stuff is just so fun. So enjoyed the game last night, man. It was an epic game. Like Penn State played incredible. I mean, they played their best football, man. And I mean, I think that their savage, like, matched our savage in a way throughout the game, closer than even Georgia, which I didn't anticipate. But man, like, our guys they just had this. I mean, what epitomized last night was Jeremiah Love's 3-yard run into the end zone, man. Like, that was the epitome of our will to win last night. Like, he set the tone.
Yeah.
Like, Cam, can you, from a physical standpoint as a running back, he literally said, Marcus Freeman said he's in pain. He's going to give us, if he can go, he can go. He's going to give us everything he has. He's in pain. Like, we're not, there's no hiding that. So for me, like, yo, he is planting on that bad leg, absorbing contact and fighting through. I'm like, yo, I can't even imagine what he had to muster in that moment for those 3 yards. But like you said, that resonates. It should resonate with everybody. Like, yo,
but that's like,
things are always not going to be perfect. Don't give up. Just don't continue to fight. If you continue to fight, you can overcome. Like, that's a life lesson. That was bigger than just Notre Dame. Like, watching that play will speak to your life if you allow it. Like,
it's the mentality. Like, that's the difference. I mean, his mentality. Oh my gosh, man. I mean,
and they were cheating us. That's the other thing. How you going? I mean, blatant. Usually, you know, I don't say nothing because the game is the game. But there was some. It's the fact they slow-moed it and they done tore Christian Gray's jersey off his body. They had to go stitch his jersey up on the sideline and they didn't call a holding. So they gave him everything. I mean, college football really wanted this other team to win, the Freaky Nittany Lions at Freaky State University. And the crazy part about it is, even with the refs, it couldn't help Drew Allard hit the open guy. Penn State's trash. We came to play. They had no chance against what we adjusted to. James Franklin showed his butt that he's not a great second half coach. He's not ready for the moment. And he met a Dayton guy in the alley. When you meet a Dayton guy in a dark alley, Mr. Franklin, bad things happen. And that's all that happened. Penn State ran into the Fighting Irish in the dark alley. Didn't make it out.
Yeah, man. I definitely have to give those guys credit. They played incredible, man. Like, they had some dudes on that team. And I think both staffs made great adjustments at halftime. I mean, shit, man. Like, the final score, I think, is a representation of really the fight that, like, took place there. So, you know, as far as like the refs and stuff goes, it just depends on, you know, your perception and perspective. There were definitely calls that I didn't like. I mean, I think that's football and the ability to, you know, fight through that and to just impose your will to win, which I feel is what we did as a unit for the full game, the full 4 quarters. And that's what allowed us to come out on top last night. And again, I give credit to that team. They got some absolute dogs. That tight end is just insane. Like,
tight end definitely special. Definitely special.
He's a dude. Like, he's a real dude. You were saying that
he was doing everything.
You said that their receivers didn't have any. So other than him, the receivers had 0 yards last night.
Yeah, 0. Outside the hashes, 0. 0 touchdowns, 0 yards, 0 targets, 0 ability to play. They was out there getting cardio. This was cross country. They brought the cross country team to play receiver, and they took the receivers out. We really beat this team playing 11 versus 8.
Dude,
11 versus 8. Or 8-man football, honestly. Their
O-line was really dominant. Like, that was the big surprise to me. I guess I just didn't consider. I mean, they were running the football at will.
But that wasn't a surprise for me, Cam, because they were I'll give Andy Kolenicki, offensive coordinator. He was ready.
Yeah.
For Algo's packages, his pressure package. I mean, he had the counters. He had the counters for it. And especially on second down. And you have to give him credit. And he used motion. He did the same thing Northern Illinois did. He literally took the Northern Illinois game plan and applied it to his elevated talent. That's all he did.
Yes.
Run game, breaking tendency, zone, stretch plays, and make them run side to side. That's literally what Northern Illinois did. And then they hit some plays to the tight end. And Northern Illinois actually completed passes to their wide receivers. So I don't know what the heck Penn State was doing last night. But shout out to Ethan Hampton, the quarterback from Northern Illinois that transferred to my fight in the line in the transfer portal. But no, I just really think what you saw last night was a team. I don't even know what they had in the tank, Cam. I'm going to be honest, man. As I watched that first half, I was like, yo, they don't have it tonight. They don't have it tonight defensively, bro. That defensive front is worn out. And what do you expect? The numbers were low, injured, facing two really good running backs. Penn State has two really good running backs.
Two really good. They were really good last night.
They were, man.
But then, the mental fortitude of this team. You guys can talk about this, right?
Yo, how about the quote? How about the quote? History is written by conquerors, and we're holding the pen.
Yes, at halftime. But before you get to that, Cam, I want you to talk about we know on the field, but give us the chemistry look of how important Steve Angeli being ready for that moment. How important his 3 points that he put up on the board going into the locker room to give Marcus Freeman the perfect canvas to go ahead and paint that verbal masterpiece that he painted.
Yeah, that was great.
That was like, yo,
just do the math at the bottom of the screen, you know?
Yeah.
Like, absolutely, I mean, imperative. The fact that he was able to produce that drive before halftime and get us to put some points on the board and give us some ounce of momentum, you know, going into the second half, that was epic. And I feel, again, just a testament to the guys who have been next man up all season long, just finding a way, guys stepping in and making it happen. Like, that's just what you want to see out of a complete football team. And we are demonstrating, you know, the elements of a complete football team from a mentality standpoint. Like, guys that can, fresh off the bench, haven't played since Florida State week, coming in and doing their job and doing it well. And like, I think the commentators even said, man, like, this offense looks better with like some of the
hurt guys. Right? The guys like, hurt. The guys getting hurt. We still looking.
Yeah, and we can go back to, like, Sean, even your point on NIU and Northern Illinois. Like, man, like, it's a different defense, different people, and a lot of, like, young new guys, a lot of guys that, like, stepped up. Obviously, like, massive character transformation and overall, like, culture transformation with the team throughout the season. But, dude, this secondary and the guys that have stepped up in the secondary, I mean, this is, I think, the most complete secondary that Notre Dame has had. And 3 decades.
Time, yeah, quite some. I mean, just all around.
Wait. The fact that you're saying that and Benjamin Morris hasn't been playing is absolutely insane.
I know.
It's insane.
But, like, Leonard Moore and Christian Gray, like,
oh man,
what you got? Clark, like, at the nickel, like, just continuing to make plays, like.
Rod Hurd, Don Schuler, Kennedy Urlacher, Xavier Watts, even Malik made a crazy play on punt return. On punt.
Yeah, you're right.
Coverage.
So just the activation of the whole unit speaks to the team and the culture, the coach. I mean, it embodies everything we was missing 2012, 2015. They got it. All the stuff we was missing, all the little ingredients, the little mishaps, the little rallies, the energetics, all of that. They got everything we missed.
Drake Bowen out there with that
went wrong
that energy.
That's right. The same things that are going wrong for us, it happened to them too. But they never skipped a beat. We skipped beats. There was beats skipped 12 and 15. Same thing that happened to us with injuries and mishaps and this and that. It all happened to this team as well, except they never wavered.
Let's get to super chat. John Massey, Little Tunchi, we appreciate you. But for real, does Thomas Hammond get a statue? Allard is trash. Left, Thomas Hammond, your boy. He's looking real good, man. Hey, he can always say in any interview, if he gets an interview this offseason, he's like, yo, I beat Notre Dame.
Right. He can ride that with a win and a loss, you know. Man. And I think what's great about this is that you can look back and be like, okay, they're human. Right now, we're not playing like we're human. Right now, we're not playing like a team that looked anything like week 2. And it's crazy because we were healthier in week 2 than right now. So what team did NIU beat? Did they beat? They beat a fully healthy team compared to the team now that they couldn't even touch.
That's facts.
Yeah. It's just a good movie, man.
It's just a good movie.
It's a good movie, bro. Like, and that's the cool thing about, I think, the playoff dynamic here is it's not just this whole, like, I don't know. Like, I almost feel like I'm playing NCAA 2005 dynasty mode, and I have to have that undefeated season. If I get a loss, like, I'm gonna restart the game and basically do it and like load my simulation until I have that undefeated season, because like that's the epitome of what it means to be, great. And to me, it's like my philosophy on that has changed so much, because to be able to respond to something like that. And the poetry, man, like just the poetry of like winning at the Orange Bowl for the semis to go to the Natty, like where I was saying this last night. That is obviously that's been a haunting place for Notre Dame to play for a while, and the fact that the last time we went to the national championship, that's where it ended, and now it's the platform to which we go to the Natty. I just think is so cool.
Oh my God. I'm sorry to interrupt. Love, I can't believe this, man. This dude, Thomas Hammond, is an official clout chaser. You realize, have you seen his Twitter post from today?
No, he didn't. No, he didn't tweet. No, he didn't.
Out 3 hours ago, a picture. I guess this is his father or his grandfather. Has a picture with his grandfather that says, "My grandfather always instilled in me the value of paying it forward." What? Paying it forward? Like, dude, this dude is wild. This cat Thomas Hammond is wild.
Oh, now I gotta retweet it. Okay,
dude, Thomas Hammond.
Okay, Thomas. I mean, he won, man. He won. Yo, yeah, you brought it.
He's riding that win. Paying it forward. You trying to take credit for Marcus Freeman turning things around?
Oh man, no way, no way, no way. Okay, Thomas, and you can have that. You can.
It's comedy that McElroy said he trusted Allard to not put the ball in harm's way, and literally right before he did.
Literally, like stop gassing. That's what you get for gassing people up.
Yo, this is crazy. Lucky Lefty podcast. So I want to go to your moment.
Oh, hold on now. He quoted another tweet saying that. Oh. So what, you want to be on staff? That's what he wants. He wants us to invite him on staff. I mean, my goodness. What? Hey, you're not getting on Good Morning America anymore, Mr. Hammock. It's over with. You can ride this all you want to. Good Morning America, hot new hip hop, say cheese, DJ Academics. You're not getting on it.
Notre Dame was on Good Morning America after that Northern Illinois loss, and kudos to Good Morning America for having Notre Dame once again back on Good Morning America. Way to balance it out.
Way to balance it out.
Yeah, way to balance it out. What's your moment, Left? What was your moment where you felt like we got this?
The moment I felt like we got this in terms of what was I thought we was going to win.
Yeah, even if it was like Steve Angeli putting 3 on the board going into halftime after playing.
I knew we was going to win when we had gotten the ball after the pick. No, before the pick, the drive before the pick, where we came out and it was like 5 minutes left, and it was we all knew that Jeter was going to kick that field goal. And I knew that because we came out on first down and got like 8 yards on the run. I'm like, okay, game on the line, game's getting tight. You're giving us 8 yards on the first down run. We're going to walk you down and kick the field goal with Jeter. That's why I tweeted the tweet before it happened. I'm like, oh, yeah, we're going to walk you down, kick the field goal, and we'll see you in Atlanta. Because there's no way with 6 minutes left, game on the line, middle of the field, it's intense, and you're giving us 8 yards on an easy run like it was no problem, like we're mowing you down. I said, okay, these guys are giving up. So that was my moment. And then obviously, we had to make it interesting. We do the turnover, and then they score, and then we come back down. So we had to drum it up. But I knew the game was over and we was going to walk them down, the good old Riley walk down, when they couldn't stop the 3rd and 3s, the 3rd and 1s, the 1st and 10s. We're getting 8 yards. It wasn't like they were doing anything to stop us. So I knew that, okay, we're just going to take the time down. Good old Notre Dame style, Brian Kelly throwback. Let's not go to score. We just going to go to win. We'll take down the whole 6 minutes, but we're going to go get that last field goal. So that's what I knew we was going to do. What we ended up doing at the end, I just thought we was going to do it before it got down to 2 seconds.
Cam, did you have a moment? Because I know you said Cam said he had to step away when it went down, when Notre Dame went down early, to do some breathing exercises to kind of settle down. That speaks to, bro. This is why I tell people as fans.
My wife today, she's like, I did a breathwork session with Stephanie. Like, she was like, hey babe, let's just do a breathwork session. I was like, okay, I'm gonna turn the TV off. We're gonna do this. And she was like, see, babe, like, as soon as we did the breathwork session, everything turned around. Like, it's all good. And I'm like, thank you for being.
Sure. We played better. We start playing better. That's what it was.
I always expect to win, but like the moment I knew we were gonna win was after Jeremiah Love's run. Like once that happened, I was like, tone set. Even after Penn State responded and came back down and like basically ran the ball down our throat, like with Singletary all the way to the end zone, I just knew. I was like, it's still, because almost of like that moment that MALIK was talking about where Christian Gray's getting held, and like that was a part of setting that up, that touchdown. I was just like, yeah, man. Like,
you knew it was fluke. You're like, oh, that's what they got to do to score.
It's not.
They got to go 90 yards. They got to go 75 yards. This team's not built to win. You can't do that all game. You're going to go 90 yards. Okay, that's a great drive. 15 plays, 90 yards. That's not a great formula for beating a team by the fourth quarter, because it means that you emptied out the whole chest in the first half. I was telling everybody that. It's like, there's no way you're this creative and you coming up with all these new things and you haven't repeated no plays. Come on, man. Y'all emptied the chest on your only drive, just like every team. Florida State did it. Virginia did it. Stanford did it. Army had one where they drive the whole length of the field. But what people don't realize is that you do that and get 7 or you get 3, but it took all game to do that.
Yeah.
If it takes you all game to do that, we're winning still. We're winning still. We're still
felt different. It just felt different. Like, that's the way that I would say it. Like, it just felt different, and you could like, if you're paying attention, you could tell. And I just knew, I was like, man, the guys are gonna respond. They did. Oh, bro, Jaden Greathouse. I've been saying, like, Jaden Greathouse is a gamer. Like, he's out there looking like he's playing with what's your boy's name at Clemson? Clay, or what's his name? Kubnak.
Klubnik. Yeah,
Klubnik,
back in high school. Yeah.
Like catching balls from him and just running the length of the field. Like that's that dude. That's who he is. So I was so stoked to see him get activated last night and the way and the gamer that he really is. Like, dude, that touchdown, that was fun, man. That was just that was the energetic stamp, seal of approval of we have won this game. So, man, again, just kind of still taking it in. Obviously, just we gotta watch him tonight, the consolation match. See who.
Yeah, we gotta watch the second and third place play. Good grief.
It will be. My guess is that Ohio State carries their momentum and wins the game. That's my guess. So poetic. I think it's going to be poetic for Marcus Freeman to be playing, his alumni in the national championship game, with all the other stuff. First black coach, just everything that he's done and what he represents at Notre Dame to be I have so many friends, all my LSU friends that were saying Brian Kelly's going to take LSU to the national championship before Marcus Freeman even sniffs the playoffs. I'm just hey guys, we're here. So, but it'll be special if Texas wins and we get to play Texas. So I'm stoked. Whoever we end up playing, I'm just saying, let's go. And if we keep playing with this energy, which
Sean, this will be the best team of all time, right? Because we have played the $20 million roster.
If they beat, it doesn't matter who they beat. It doesn't matter who they beat. This will be the greatest season of all.
Gotta be, finally.
88 gonna have to take a 88 gonna have to take a step back.
Take a back seat just because it's just too much that we didn't accomplish. Come on.
I don't.
It's a great season.
I don't know how they're doing it. I know how they're doing it, but I don't know how they're doing it.
I don't know how they're doing it. How are you losing your starting D lineman captain, your two dominant D linemen on the end, and your up and coming guy, and a veteran guy, and you lose O lineman, you lose Charles Jagasaw, you lose everything, and we don't skip beats.
By the way, ladies and gents, let me tell you something. See that they're not strange. Did you not see? Now I will say this stuff, and you have to be honest, because we have talked about Riley's journey and improvement. If he had Charles Jagasaw from the beginning of the year at left tackle, I bet you his offense would have looked totally different.
Yeah. And think about that. One guy, we're talking about one game difference. We've done all of this, and we're talking about a one game, a couple of plays, 3 points. We're talking about 3 point difference from having a guy being healthy.
Bruh.
That's playing hype. That's playing hypothetics. We're playing hypothetics. If we had our starting left tackle healthy, we wouldn't have lost by 3 points in week 2. We have done so many great things outside of that.
Charles Jagasaw is like one of those dudes. Charles Jagasaw only shows up for bowl games. It's all I'm gonna sit this regular season out.
I'm gonna sit the season out,
dominating the bowl game.
Dominating the bowl game. The announcers couldn't believe. The announcers couldn't believe that we can fill in guys like a Charles Jagasaw, and he's like, man, he's out there making plays like he's been at. Yes, we have depth and we have great experience on O-line. We're still living on the O-line credit. We haven't even spent our own cash with the O-line yet. We still living on the credit of years before. It's going to take years of the credit to be knocked off before we even get to the money. We living on generations built, levels built of offensive greatness on the O-line. That, we can lose a couple bricks, but the wall is still strong. We haven't even got to the base layer yet. We haven't got to the good stuff.
Bruh.
We're living off of Zach and Ronnie and Glynchy and Hugh Nelson and Nick Martin. We're still living off of those guys. Eichenberg, Aaron Banks. I mean, we can go down the list. Robert Hainsey. Who you want? We haven't even gotten cycled through that yet. We haven't processed that yet.
This is crazy. Oh, yeah, we lost our true freshman. So we're going to go ahead and pull the guy that Charles Jackson saw beat out. We're going to put him in at left tackle. And then, Rocco goes out. We're going to take start left tackle and just throw him at right guard. Just put him at right guard and let him dominate.
Let him just dominate.
He
gets 6'8" Taj Baker. 6'8" Taj Baker from Scottsdale, Arizona.
He takes number 28 and just literally just takes him 9 yards down the field. 9 yards down the field. Second snap. All season. Take a snap. All season again. Second snap. Just takes him. 9 yards down the field. Like, okay.
Okay. Yeah, it's just like, okay. We're too prepared. We're too deep. You saw the right guard get bulled back, knocked over, sprained his ankle. That was the last time we saw that D tackle make a play in that game when we replaced him. The last time. Okay, yeah, you got a good one. And then we put Charles Jackson on there, right guard, to replace him, and your day was over. Your day was over. How we put the backup in and the backup playing better than the starter? Where do you see that at in college football?
Did you see this, though? Did you see this? See, what number? Wait a minute, because you talk about 8, Adon Schuler earning 8 with his play. What number does Charles Jackson wear, left?
It was 72, right? Hold
on. He wears 56, left.
56.
56. Where's that 56, boy? You know what 56 means.
Yeah. He's all about it.
You know what 56 means. So let me show you the first drive. Jeremiah Love runs the ball. I think he gets like a 6-yard gain. Abdul Carter comes around and makes the tackle and is laying on the ground. And this cat, I don't know if he's just nasty like you.
Yeah, I don't know if he's nasty. I saw that.
Smart. Charles Jackson comes in and falls on his left shoulder. He did it on purpose. He absolutely did it on purpose. I'm like,
because it wasn't his block. He jumped on the block. It was dude already getting blocked. He jumped on the block. Said, let me go ahead.
Charles Jackson just made
some of that.
Macho Man off the top rope, right on that Abdul Carter's left shoulder. And then rolled on top of it.
Sit him down. Go ahead, go take a break.
Yeah.
Go take a break.
Let's see if you still come off. Let's see if you still coming as hard as you can.
Yeah, let's see if you come in again, because clearly everybody on Twitter talking about you, the second coming, right? Okay, let's see the second coming.
No. Hey, Abdul Carter's real now.
No, he's real. He's absolutely real.
He's watching him chase Riley Leonard down on the perimeter like that. Like,
wait, did you see Riley?
Riley I saw Riley. He was like, you think he's going to do that, like turn the corner thing on the sideline? He's like,
nah. He threw the ball away. Nah.
That was one of Riley's best plays of the game. To make that decision.
Yeah, he recognized real fast, like, he's different. Wait a minute, I can't turn the corner on him. Like,
can't turn the corner on certain guys. You just got to take your loss.
The moment for me,
Aeneas.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say I got to give a shout out to Aeneas Williams on that wheel route.
Then I thought they should have let the Missouri boys finish the drive. How you gonna give it to 13? Come on, you hit him with the sluggo. He came back, gave it to him. He almost got. You got to stick with me. Why you thought So I love the fact that we can see to the fact of like the Philly the tush push. Whenever we're third and short, it is no longer a secret. 13 is getting the ball right up the middle. I mean, we telegraphed it the whole game. And I think that's what takes the heart out of defenses when they're like, it's 3rd-and-1. Riley's getting the ball, guys. And he gets it every time.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the Philly tush push or something, because I'm thinking we could be more creative. We didn't get more creative until the very end when we got Jaden Thomas on the motion sweep. Because I could have swore we was going to go Riley again. When we got Jaden Thomas on the motion sweep for the first down, I said, okay, Denbrock is not being doesn't got the ego there. He's just like, let me go win this game. Because he could have easily clearly go with 13 anytime it's in the crunch. And 13 does a good job, man. He puts his head down, ran a dude over. It was like 3rd and 6. I'm talking about he committed to running a dude over to get the first down. I mean, that's toughness.
Yeah.
You can't teach that. We didn't have it last year with Sam Hartman. Sam Hartman's run out of bounds with 4 for 1. So we have improved in that aspect. We make it tough when the yards get short because at this point, we don't even hide it. We're going with 13 up the middle. So I think just having certain things in place like that make it tough for a defense when you're trying to build momentum. It was hard for the defense to build momentum when you're killing them like that.
You know, that's a really good point and something that I don't know if we've really like talked about enough. But we talk about like Notre Dame going to the transfer portal to go pick up a QB. But I feel like this time, like we've run that experiment, you know, like, and this time they went and picked up Riley Leonard, who the clout and the flashiness and like all that is not necessarily like his deal. Like he's a gamer, and he just, I don't know, man, sets the tone in a way that matches this team so well, and they rally behind him. And again, it's those like intangible things that like we've talked about that he has that I think is so unique. Like I could try to compare him to people, but I don't think it really does it justice because he's such a unique athlete. Like he really is. He's got like unbelievable.
Riley Leonard?
Yeah.
Oh, he's Max Dugan. We already compared him. He's Max Dugan with a haircut. He's a little taller, but he's Max Dugan. I mean, come on, we've seen this Riley Leonard story before. He's just more Jesus focused, same skill set as Max Dugan. But I mean, come on, we've seen this story before. It's like I'm glad he's just on our team. You know, I'm just glad he's on our team. But Riley ain't no, you know, he does a great job of being tough like Tebow. Yeah. Jesus, Tebow, okay. And then you got the Mac Dugan skill. Can't, you know, we could be better in departments, but that's not what we riding on. You know, Riley Leonard has earned the credit of being just good enough. Everybody accepts it, right? Because usually that shit don't fly. You can't just, the Notre Dame quarterback position has never been in a state where you can just be good enough and we okay with it. We've never been like that before. So for Riley to earn that credit of, listen, dude, we're not going to get on you for what you can't do. It's the first time in history, but, you know, we give you that pass, and he's rolled that thing to the championship. So we've accepted the fact, like we've discussed, that there are going to be things that are having to help this guy get to the next level. He's accepted it. He's a gracious guy. You heard him after the game. He said, why are we talking to me? We should be talking to them, because he's right. But, you know, you the quarterback, so you're going to get the love, but I'm glad that he was knowledgeable enough to not take up the moment and make it about himself. But he can only get inspired like that when you got a guy like Marcus Freeman that's answering questions like Obama. I don't know if he's running for office or he's running to be the head coach. This man got all the answers.
He is the Barack Obama.
Fall into the traps of the whole, the first black. He said, man, I'm just glad to coach these kids. Best thing you can say all day. Marcus Freeman, I'm telling you, he's almost Obama-like with Will Smith charisma. You got Obama with a Will Smith charisma, and he can coach like Jim Tressel. And he from Dayton. Oh, man, listen, we gonna knock this out. The greatest pickup of all time as a head coach. Come on.
Oh, you talk about the pivotal moment of Riley Leonard being injured, having to go concussion protocol to be cleared. Steve Angeli comes in the game from that moment at 2:18 in the second quarter. Notre Dame outscored Penn State 27-14, outgained Penn State 313 and 149. 18 first downs to Penn State's 8, and they outrushed Penn State on the ground 101-61. Steve Angeli and Riley went a combined 15 for 19, 204 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. From that moment, where everything looked like it was its worst for Notre Dame. You thought you were losing your starting quarterback. You had offensive linemen falling. Here comes Steve Angeli. Notre Dame just hits the switch.
I mean, we literally hit the button. We came out of halftime, hit the button. I thought that at halftime.
Why do we respect Georgia so much? Because they have a
button they
can push and no one else has had. Yeah. Notre Dame has found a way to create their own button. They created their
James Franklin was going to be smart. I was thinking too smart for James Franklin because I thought at halftime they were going to try to onside. They was like, we're not going to let this Georgia thing happen. We have momentum coming out of half. They were going to try to stick. I thought that was the smart thing. But, James Franklin ain't on that level 400 yet. He's not there yet. So they kick it to us. We go down, and we march it all the way down. And it took the momentum and the heart out of them when you can go back after you come out the locker room. That means that when y'all win the locker room, you'll say, okay, this is exactly what we need to do to win.
Mm-hmm.
And James Franklin let us exactly execute 80 yards down the field first drive. The game's over. The game's over. Our game plan coming out of the half was to run straight. Like, think about that. Think about how demoralizing that is. You're at Penn State in the locker room. Okay, we up 10-0. We got all these things we want to fix. Oh, we got them on the ropes. And Notre Dame comes out and just runs up the middle. And then hit you with a sluggo with a running back. You're like, oh, okay, they done pressed the button on us. They done pressed the button. How you come out and say, we're going to keep it simple and run up the gut?
Lucky Left podcast. Left. Someone would like to say hello to you. They would like to say that they predicted that this would happen because of one player was added to the team. Welcome, our brother from Locked On Network, Locked On ACC, Locked On College Football, Locked On Wolfpack, Ken Gibbs. What's up, bro?
Yeah. Hey there. We're going to keep it celebratory like last time.
Yes,
hey there,
celebratory.
How you doing? You okay? All the Irish Nation. I feel like I was doing great out there.
We riding high on team success. That's all. We just riding high on team success.
Oh, that was team success. Well, you know what? I think it was a great back shoulder throw to great
that was perfect.
In a great moment.
That was the pass of the season for Riley. I even tweeted, I said, listen, that was incredible. I don't care if you don't make another pass all year. That was the best pass I've ever seen him make. He was getting hit. I think it's because he got hit. If he was clean, he wouldn't have made the throw. I think it's because he got hit. He made the perfect throw.
Hey, listen, I need to invite y'all on the Locked On ACC because they called me everything but a child of God when I said the quarterback battle. If it comes down to that, Notre Dame has the edge. Everybody was telling all these lies. Oh, Drew Adams, he's the real QB1 in this draft.
Oh, disgusting. Disgusting.
QB1 for what?
QB1 to who?
You know what? I know what QB1 means. It means quit betting one. It means that when you get all these folks hooked on FanDuel, hooked on DraftKings, hooked on all this, there's going to be a guy that you need to stop you from betting. He's on the parlay ban list. I'm just saying. I would love for y'all to come on because
Vegas threw out the Drew Aller news because they knew that Vegas was going to rake up all that house money. They said, "Go ahead, believe in Drew. Go ahead, believe in 15. Go ahead. He's over Shedeur and Cam Ward. Oh, he's number one pick." And all them dummies was like, "Oh, you know what?" And combine that with the Notre Dame hate they already got in their heart.
Absolutely.
The independent hate they got there. They said, "Oh yeah, absolutely. Drew Aller's going to do it." Buzz Lightyear lookalike is not capable. He wasn't capable. He airmailed I've never seen such a terrible performance.
Buzz Lightyear, bro.
We should highlight how bad the performance was. Because not only was it a bad performance, you took a dump on the biggest stage.
Yeah.
With the most hype.
Yeah.
The most adulation.
Yeah. I'm going to tell you something. This win, I will agree and concede one thing to you, though. This was a true team win in every sense of the word for Notre Dame. True. Everybody showed up. You had third string guys coming out there, and early in the game, the inability to set an edge was killing Notre Dame. I mean, whenever Singleton grabbed the ball, he was, "Hey, I'm around the bend. Don't worry about it." I'm a bend this corner all the way back to South Bend. That's
and I'm a stiff arm you. And I'm a stiff arm you, run you over. Yeah, he was doing that.
And you had guys step up, second, third string guys come in at outside linebacker position that did their thing. Yeah, I mean that showed very, very good things there. And of course, hey, as much as I'm with Riley Leonard, as much as he's my guy, the Steve Angeli lobby ate a little bit too. The Steve Angeli lobby, their plate was a little.
He was ready for that moment, though. He been ready. You thought he was out there playing around. He was like, "I'm trying to win this thing."
But you know what though? This is why I say this is a true team win. I want y'all to think back to a few years ago, right? Saban's at the top of the world. Nobody can stop Bama, right? Kirby Smart has tried, and every time Kirby Smart comes up, he's getting the break speed off. And then all of a sudden, I believe it was the national championship game, Bama loses Jameson Williams. They lose a couple other receivers. And after the game, Nick Saban specifically says, we had to play guys that were not ready. And in this game, if Freeman did not have everybody ready, and not only Freeman, let's be very real about this. These are 18 to 23, 24-year-old men. They've got to get themselves ready. Angeli did not pout and say, y'all don't start me. I don't want to be here. I'm not going to play.
Because Angeli knows. He knows how this Notre Dame gauntlet goes. Right, that no matter you gonna go through the fire, but at some point you're gonna get just one chance. And it's not fair. The windows are not open for everybody. But that one chance you get, he knows.
Your linebacking core, multiple guys said, hey, we're gonna have to step up. Your heaviest D lineman going up against Pitt, he's out. Going up against Penn State, he's out. You look at a situation where you have multiple guys who are not. They're not going to be playing.
They're not the stars. They're not the
superstar. Exactly.
They're not.
And so, this is a moment where Marcus Freeman deserves all the love that he's getting because this team took on the temperament of the head coach. After both of those pass interference, one of which I agree with, I think that first one, hey, come on now. Come on. You got
the Christian Gray one?
Yeah, the first one was Christian Gray. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. That first one, you got to be better than that one. But the next one after that, I look at that and I say, that's a terrible call. And what did Freeman do? He smiled. He's like, hey, it's all right.
Okay, let's be honest. He's like, this is Penn State. They need that. He said if they didn't get these two penalties, he wouldn't score 14 points.
After that moment you just talked about, I can just give you some insight from someone that I know that shared with me that had someone down in the field. After that moment, he walked over to the defense when they came off the field and said, it's us against Penn State and them.
And the refs. That's right.
Make a play. That was his message. No excuses. It is what it is. It's us against them and Penn State and them. Go make a play.
Well, don't worry. Apparently, Drew Allen heard that same message. He said, I want to get in on it too.
So Drew Allen was hot in the pants. Drew Allen was hot in the pants because he wanted to give us the ball. He wanted to.
That's what I'm saying.
He tried to get the ball all night.
Because that pick that he threw, oh my gosh, he threw it so bad it turned to good. It was so bad of a pass, it was good.
Let me tell you something.
He wanted to give us the ball.
I ain't seen nobody that ready to give it up since somebody bought $10,000 to a Backpage party. But that's neither here nor there. The reality of this thing is simple. Drew Allen was not the best. When everybody talked about Riley Leonard as the worst quarterback still left in the playoffs, some people said it was Will Howard. I knew it was Drew Allen all along. I knew it was Drew Allen all along.
He was always there. He's the culprit. You know, at Scooby-Doo, where they pull the mask off, they didn't have to pull the mask off. He was already the bad guy. They said, oh, he's it.
And I'll tell you what. This Al Golden deserves all the love and press that he's getting. But this Notre Dame secondary, y'all got something special on your hands.
So it's different. It's not even a good secondary. It's special.
It's a great secondary, and everybody can come back next year if they choose to. That is insanity.
You lose your first round. You lose. How many teams can lose their first round corner?
Yeah.
Your Denzel Burks. Your top of the line first round corner in the middle of the season.
Yeah, I agree.
And pick up and replace him with a guy that's graded as the highest on pass and run defense.
Hey, I'm not disagreeing with you.
He just got off the bus.
Hey, congratulations. If you are watching this show right now, you have more yards and as many receptions as Penn State's receivers last night. Congratulations, everybody. Lucky Lefty Podcast. We're giving you your accolades. We're giving you your love. You know, this is what I mean by this was not a performance where you look at it and you say there was one star. Now, I think me and Malik can agree. If Riley Leonard was asked, hey, you got to throw for 400, 4 touchdowns, rush for another 100, no interceptions, no fumbles, that's a different story. But
we would be Ohio State. We would be Ohio State. We were asking to be Ohio State.
But this was a complete win. This was a complete top to bottom of the roster. It's going to take all of us. It's going to take everybody. And, hey, they showed up and showed out, man. I got to give them their love. I predicted y'all to win this game. You know,
let's be honest. We all predicted the win.
Again, we all predicted it.
Penn State came to play, but we already knew we was going to win. That's all it was. Our back and forth is about next week anyway. I already booked the Airbnb to Atlanta before the game started. So I got the confirmation that second half that I was good to move in the next day. So I already got days I'm already not even there in Atlanta. Book for the Airbnb. So we're good. You pulled
a Patrick Mahomes.
I pulled a Pat Mahomes. I didn't pull it before the season. I pulled it at the start of the playoffs. You know, whenever I saw the schedule lineup, I said, okay, we need to go ahead and book because it's cheaper. If you book 2 weeks in advance, it's cheaper. You know what I'm saying? So I got the good flight prices. Look, you can even sleep on the couch. I got an extra room because it was a discount because I said it was a Notre Dame event happening in 2 weeks and they didn't believe me. So I said, okay, you give me another room and 50% off, and I bet you we'll be here in 2 weeks.
Oh, so you booked the room for SD2 mics as well.
So whoever wants to come, because I said this is all because it's a party. It's everybody coming to the party.
Right.
We're meeting at the championship. Miami is the distraction. That's for 1, 2, 3 Cancun guys.
We got the invite. We got the invite to Miami. We got the invite to Miami.
Yeah, but we said, hold on, man.
Our boy Devin Butler was like, yo.
Said save your coins. Save your coins for Magic City, not for Tootsies.
We said,
you know what I'm saying?
We said, we'll do Atlanta. We'll do Atlanta.
we love Tootsies and V-Live and the Fountain Blue, but let's save the coins for Atlanta because that's where everybody goes.
They wasn't saying that the blue faces spin different. They wasn't saying that the blue faces spin different on the left hand. That wasn't what they meant.
They said
Left, just bring me some wings. I can't follow you in there.
It's a team. It's a team.
Just bring me some lemon peppers, though.
Sean said, I'm a married man. I can't be caught out there.
It's championship occasions. This championship, we just go down and it's a game watch.
Absolutely, go celebrate.
It's a game watch at Magic City. That's all. It's a game watch.
The game watch. I'm sorry. That's not going to work for me.
We got you. I got you.
My alibi. I'm sorry.
What if they're wearing the jersey? See? What if they're wearing the jersey? They're
wearing gonna be wearing the jersey. Malik, they ain't gonna be wearing the jersey flow. They ain't gonna be. Sean, I got you. I got the church will excommunicate him, Malik. You know, he got the. You know, he can't just go up to the confessional. Listen, Father, I have sinned while in Magic City. He can't do that. You know. He got to play it straight. Don't worry about it. You can stay in the B&B, Sean. It's gonna be a great time down there, though. I'll tell you what. I think both of these teams, both of the potential matchups, are really good matchups for Notre Dame because you look at a Ohio State team that, hey, everybody talks about their receiving core having a bunch of first rounders, and I think this is a clear example of fighters don't make fights, styles make fights. And if you talk about Notre Dame secondary against, Ohio State's receivers, that's a clash of the Titans right there. You're looking at two extremely talented and young groups going at it. And I'm going to tell you, it's going to be a lot of money on that field. There's going to be a lot of guys who are going to be playing on Sundays in that matchup. And I don't think that it's as easy as everybody made it out to be to stop Ohio State in terms of just play too high and have 2 first-round defensive tackles. That's very hard. But, again, when you come at it with this level of defensive back play, you can afford to take some risks. Put more bodies in the box and, potentially do that. In Texas, I'll tell you what, if Quinn Ewers continues to have his ups and downs and all that, you can't throw lollipops against this Irish defense. You cannot do it. If you do that, pack in the mail, it's gone. We saw it against USC. USC was right there on the precipice of, are we about to pull off the upset? Are we gonna knock Notre Dame out? 2 lollipops, the game is over. So, I think that this is a very favorable situation for the Irish in terms of, you got 2 teams ahead of you hey, get well, get your rest. But I'll tell you what, this is a situation where the Irish are getting healthy at the right time. Jeremiah Love, even with the brace, he fighting for yards. He's fighting in a way that most running backs in his position. I got money to make on Sunday. Y'all save this. This is for the birds. I ain't really.
Oh no, but that's child's play. That was child's play. He could do that. It ain't like he was going to get nothing tough. He was just like, yeah, get off.
Brother,
you know what I'm saying? Like, get off.
Brother, let me explain something to you. With all
Cam, sometimes Cam, all right, like I got a little guy on me. Get off of me. I'm good. I ain't worried, but get off of me. You know
brother,
what I'm saying? I'm the guy. I'm the dude.
Yeah,
I know.
No, he's playing with that flow state swag. Like,
it's like, dude, what are you talking about?
Like, gets in that flow, and you can't stop him.
You ain't thinking about no injury. You ain't thinking about nothing. You like, get off of me. I'm getting in the end zone.
And
I agree on the matchup piece though too. The matchup piece that you're bringing, like, it is the Clash of the Titans secondary wide receivers with Ohio State, and we're, I think, more than capable. I think the hype around our secondary actually should be like more so even than their wide receivers. That's like
more like, so.
And then Texas just like I'm gonna pull a little bit of MALIK energy right here, but Texas just doesn't have the fight, bro. They don't have the fight for us. They really don't. Like that whole Texas fight component, like they don't want to meet the Irish. Like
they don't. I don't think they do.
No, they don't.
They got the Lambos. They got the money. They got
the talent.
Both of these teams.
They got everything, every key component that you need to be the complete team. They don't have the fight that our guys
paid for it. Just like Ohio State don't got the fight. You didn't see the fight versus Michigan, and they been getting whooped for 4 years. They couldn't beat the defending championship, so they don't have no passion and no fire in them. Because that passion and fire should have been in them when they're playing the defending national championships at home and the rival, and to avenge 3 losses in a row. They don't have no fight for that.
But I'm gonna tell you.
But when you turn around and you look at a team that do have fight, you look at Texas, Ohio State, you're like, oh, you paid to get here. You paid to get here. You didn't get it out the NIL mud. When we paying pennies on the dollar, we don't have the briefcases. We offering tuition.
Well, we saw what happens to Texas. We saw what happened to Texas when they faced a team that like has fight, like real fight. We saw that.
I'm gonna tell you now. I'm more worried about the Ohio State potential matchup than Texas for this reason. With the health of the Notre Dame offensive line kind of up in flux, and you've got multiple guys, not just anywhere, but particularly on your outside, your 2 tackles, and seeing like, all right, what's going to be the situation? Who's going to be the starters? JT and Jack Sawyer have been playing their best ball. They've been playing their best ball as of late. They played a damn good game against Michigan. You saw what I saw. They played a damn good game.
Wait, you talking about the quarterback? Wait. You talking about against the quarterback that was just working at the student center before the game? The guy that just got signed? I mean, hold on. You talking about against a quarterback that they signed off the street, off the volleyball intramural team? You talking about the guy that literally had the wide open touchdown and handed it to Jack Sawyer? You talking about that guy?
Hey, listen, I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm not talking about how they looked against the quarterback, because before you get to the quarterback, there's going to be a very big, very nasty smelling 300-pounder that you got to do something with. And those two have done a hell of a job in doing that. So I would say, hey, listen, I'm not saying that this is over. I'm not saying there's no way Notre Dame wins that game. I'm saying that matchup on the edge, those 2 edge rushers against potential backups at those 2 pivotal spots, that could be vitally important, because let's be very honest. Notre Dame won this game. Notre Dame played as a complete team. Abdul Carter was a game plan record.
Is Abdul Carter better than Jack Sawyer and the other kid?
He's better than one. Yeah, he's better than both of them as individuals.
Okay, so we have seen how good he can get.
Hey, look, I'm just telling you.
I'm just saying.
I'm just telling you. You need if
he living off the interest of Zach Martin, Ronnie Stanley, Mike McGlinchey, Liam Eichenberg, Robert Hainsey, Nick Martin. We living off of that. We ain't even got to what we got. We ain't even got the Joe Hawk. We ain't even got to that. That interest didn't even get to the bank yet. That's pending. That's pending interest.
And this is what I'm telling you. Unfortunately, all those deposits are in y'all NFL account. That's in the Notre Dame and the pros account. Now listen, if Ronnie Stanley was walking through that tunnel, give me Notre Dame by 20. I don't care who they play. If Joe Walter's walking through that tunnel, give me Notre Dame by 20. But I'm saying what could keep this game close and what could lead to a potential loss for Notre Dame. And again, we're keeping it celebratory, so I don't want to get too deep into that right now. But what could be problematic for Notre Dame is offensive line health and running back health against the team that if you allow those two to pin back their ears and say, oh, Riley going to be back there, he's all they got. Oh, they're going to be throwing the great house all day. That's what they got. That is not an ideal situation for Notre Dame's offense. I'm not saying that Notre Dame came up because, again, even with a bad tire, Jeremiah Love has been phenomenal. He has been phenomenal. He's been flat out one of the best. This is one of the best running back performances I've seen in the big game in some time where the stats don't show it. Where him coming in to be a lead damn blocker, that is insane. Yeah. A running back that was said, is he physical enough to do it at the FBS level? Is he physical enough to do it at the Power 4 at the highest level? And now with the big old brace on, he got an offensive line knee brace on out there, out there being the lead blocker for his QB. This is a moment where I say to myself, if he can get healthy and the offensive line can get healthy enough, I don't even need him at 100%. Just get healthy enough in these next 10 days. They'll be fine. They'll be fine.
We got that trio, man. Got that trio.
Time to win this nap, Marcus Freeman.
Oh, yeah, Robert Norwood. That's my best friend from back home. You already know how they can get down, man. We had to – Notre Dame had won since 88. They had to call.
Andy Mills, man. Thank you for the super chat, Kenny does indeed get this far without Riley. He's trying to stir up the pot now.
You're saying this far as it beats
it's celebratory.
Oh, man, listen, I was about to say, I'm trying to keep it celebratory. Now, Milton, if we want to get into it, we get into it. But, y'all know my answer to that question. Y'all know my answer. Yeah.
So, and Kenny, we trust. I'm pointing out a tweet. From our good guy, Brian Driscoll, who mentioned how he's excited for the talent and the young Kenny Minchie and CJ Carr because they spin it different. Right. So when you ask, can they have
wait. Can I get this? Wait. Hold on. You're not about to just do that. You're not about to do that.
Hey, I'm following the rules. I'll be in the room following the
No. Let know I'm about to go. I'm about to do that. Now your reference is on point. From pregame, that tweet went out pregame. Watching those two kids throw yesterday. That's about a year and a half late behind your boy right here.
About a year and a half. We talking about spring.
Stood Kenny Minchie's first practice when he stood next to Sam Hartman, Steve Angeli, and the rest of the quarterback room. Who was the first one? Like, it's different.
It's different.
I don't know what everybody else was waiting on. It was clear to me.
He said Kenny has the best arm by far.
By far. He's embarrassing Sam Hartman right now. As far as his pure arm strength. Who also, that same practice, who also said, and this is with two NFL linebackers on the roster, currently playing well as rookies.
Marist just had a good game.
Who said the two freshman linebackers are the best instinctive linebackers on the roster? I didn't say they were the best. I said they're the two best instinctive linebackers. They're natural linebackers.
And Drake was talking that mess, too. Drake was talking that mess. He had tackled Drew Aller, got to chatting
and was chatting to him.
Shout
out to Marcus Freeman. Hey, let me tell you something. I don't know what the rules were for you guys. Once again, Lucky Lefties Podcast, MALIK, ZAIRE, SHAUN Davis, Ken Gibbs, Locked On Network, former defensive tackle for the North Carolina State Wolfpack. And then I got my brother. Let me go. There he is.
There we go.
Cam McDaniel, former Notre Dame running back. You all know him. He took the picture of all pictures. And Notre Dame as he was being tackled. Yeah, helmet off, hair perfect. I still don't know how that happened.
I don't know how.
I still don't know how that picture took place. That Yo, that was definitely, you were in the flow.
Yo, Notre Dame is for iconography, right?
Where did you hang it up? I know you got that picture over your bedroom or something. I know you got it framed or something.
No, I don't have it. I don't have it hung up in my house, but I do have I have stuff that people have given.
Of course, we got stuff. Oh man, I gotta get some more stuff.
What was the craziest? You got a lot of media attention after that. What was the craziest media request or interview that you did after that?
I mean, the Good Morning America one was bananas. Dude,
that was before or after Thomas Hammock went on. Because God,
just on there with a bunch of thirsty cougars in the morning, bro. Like was, dude. Like it was crazy. Like I had Stephanie with me. Like we're engaged at the time, and she's in the studio with me. We were gonna go on together. Like that was one of the things that
they said, no, you sit this one out.
They're like, they said like we don't have the equipment, we don't have the extra mic or whatever. They made
the equipment, not the equipment.
Yeah, they didn't have the equipment.
They said we don't got no extra mics for her. I mean, we had a studio and got no extra mics for you, girl. You're gonna have to come by yourself.
Shaun, I needed you there, bro. I needed that second mic. Yeah, that was a fun time in the simulation for sure.
I'm filing complaints, man. What you mean you don't have another mic?
Oh man, I think they took that. I can't even find the OG recording of that because it was basically. It was some pretty intense, objectification going on.
They were trying to give you that Joy Taylor, man. They were trying to get you on the team.
It was nuts. Luck, you knew me. That's not what I was about. So,
no, you didn't. It's the media. Listen, I learned in the media how they can be. It's real ravenous.
Yeah, I was just a young, naive kid, just not knowing what's going on, just trying to show up and do my thing.
Cam must too humble. That's how you know he a family man for real. He did say, hey, Steph, you see what's going on out here now. You see, tread lightly about that, leaving the toilet seat up there. Tread lightly, baby. He said, that's my old lady. We engaged. No amount of thirsty cougars can separate. So I love that for you. Man. I love that for you.
No amount, Cam.
A weaker man with a folded Cam. A weaker man, most of us, our helmet never come off, but especially just hold the ball chilling.
Chilling.
That was fun time.
So,
especially
I wanted to get to what you guys talked about, the swag. I haven't seen a team. I don't know if it's allowed. I don't know if Brian Kelly told you guys we don't do that type of stuff. This is the first. Or definitely the swaggiest Notre Dame team I've ever watched play. That talks trash. I've never seen a Notre Dame team talk trash.
I'm talking about talking crazy. And I love it because it's that's Marcus Freeman allowing that to fester. The guys feel comfortable. They can go out there and talk crazy.
Yo, I guarantee you got you got Riley Leonard doing the reverse psychology shit out there because that's what I used to do. I would just I would do the whole Jesus loves you or Jesus blessed thing.
Oh, for sure.
And then they wouldn't talk trash anymore. They're like, bro, fuck.
Well, not when they start. I'm sure Riley has something to say when they start grabbing on him. The freaky lions start grabbing on him. I know when the freaky lions start grabbing on him and all that crazy stuff. He wasn't Jesus then. He shouldn't have been.
The freaky lions is crazy.
And I couldn't figure it out after he scored that touchdown. Remember, when he scored that touchdown, he didn't get up celebrating. I was like, he scored and made it look like, but then they showed the picture. I said, oh.
Malik, stay where you are. The authorities are on their way.
He should have filed a complaint. I would have stopped the game. I would have filed HR somewhere in the crowd, said, come handle this, freaky lions. Y'all can't even handle this off the field. Y'all bring it on the field.
But did you not see in the pregame, little coaches stare down matchup or whatever when there was, there was just a very different energy between Freeman and Franklin. There was a very different energy.
Franklin is a freak. He over here talking about how the man look good, how the man got a hairline, and the whole program is freaky.
That was good. Malik, that was not
State Freaky College. They are freaks I don't understand this. Why are you talking about how the man look good? He asked how old the man is. The man got a great hairline and all this, and then you're grabbing nuts on the field. What's going on?
I'm gonna tell you this. It felt to me like that's the difference between true confidence and bravado. You know, the bravado has to be exuberant. It has to be extra. It has to be outlandish and all that. Oh yeah, you know, I think they need to be in a conference, and this is what's going on. And all of that, you know, that yelling and screaming and all that. It felt like it was forced. It felt like Franklin was forcing himself to believe it, as opposed to Freeman, who cool, calm, and composed as always. Cool, calm, and composed as always. He was not worried. It was not a, hey, I need to big up the Notre Dame brand and I need to say all this and that. We do our talking with our pads. That's the energy I got from him.
Marcus Freeman is very well trained. Marcus Obama Will Smith is very well trained. Like these, that's why it's like you talking about a professional with a Joe. James Franklin is a Joe. That's why he wears the same Nike jacket everywhere he goes. He don't got no swag. He don't even got the Versace on the glass. He ain't got nothing.
What you say?
He come in there plaid. He come in there straight. Right.
I gotta roll. I gotta go work. But love you guys. Enjoyed the conversation.
Hey, Cam, as always, man, we appreciate you, brother.
Yes, sir. Blessings to y'all.
That's Cam.
Jesus bless.
That's Cam McDaniel, former Notre Dame running back, with us after every game right here in this playoff. Lucky Podcast, one Sean Davis, MALIK, ZAIRE, and I got Kent Gibbs. KG, I asked guys earlier, what was there a moment for you in that game where you were like, I think Notre Dame's about to win this?
I knew when the second pick got called back. I knew immediately. And the people I was watching the game with called me crazy because a reminder, the next sequence of events after that touchdown was called back was after the interception was called back was a touchdown. I knew right then by Marcus Freeman's reaction and by how the defense reacted with him. Because if you watch just that play, the immediate aftermath, right? Tyler Warren's walking off the field with his head down. The Penn State offense is walking off the field with their heads down. Notre Dame defense excited, geeked up, all that good stuff. And when you see that flip, normally you see a complete 180. You see a complete like, oh, damn. Oh, man, this is it. I didn't see that from Notre Dame at all. I did not see any flinching.
Because it's James Franklin on the other side, man. Come on.
Yeah, and let me tell you.
We gotta be real with ourselves.
The
Freaky Lions went through 2 FCS teams. Let's be honest. SMU, they had an okay season, okay, whatever, but they wasn't matched up great with Penn State. And then you got Boise State. That was a one-man band.
I agree.
That's a one-man band. So
when I saw that interception, I saw Marcus Freeman laughing about it, and I saw the defense respond in the way they did before they even got back out on the field. They didn't give up that touchdown and this finger pointing and this pushing each other.
It was like, all right, let's go on offense.
It was okay. Exactly. It was okay. We'll be back. We'll be back. And immediately after that, I said, as long as Notre Dame's offense doesn't pitch down their leg right here, even if they didn't score a touchdown that next drive, which they did, even if they didn't, I still would have felt confident in Notre Dame is going to win this game. Notre Dame is absolutely going to win this game. And when they did pop out with an immediate response, I said, oh, yeah, they're done. They're done. There's nothing Penn State can do because Notre Dame has not been a quick strike offense all year. That has not been the name of the game. It hasn't been, we're playing track meets on grass here. And when they scored immediately, I said, yeah, Penn State's cooked.
And teams don't, and people don't like watching that because it's a thorough beating. We're not trying to get, quick, flashy whooping where it's like, ooh, all the oohs and ahs. It's a straight whooping. And when you get straight whooped, it's not much to be excited about because it's not cute. When you go 3 and out, and then you just see a long drive. We just, whatever we want to do, what we want to run you over for another 6, first down. Then we throw something crazy, another first down. Oh, we just going to take time off the clock. You look up and be like, dang, the third quarter was the difference.
Yeah.
They couldn't do anything, and we did everything. The fourth quarter, we gave them the points and the momentum, and just to create the mystique that this is a game. But honestly, without the pick, what is Penn State doing?
But you know what this reminded me of? This reminded me a lot of those old Saban coach teams when he first got rolling. Before he switched over to that style that was more up-tempo, and before they switched over to, that kind of, we're going to have a bunch of dudes outside and we're going to air deep. This was what Alabama offenses used to look like against really good defenses. It was just like an anaconda. It wasn't the quick strike. It just, you get a little tighter and a little tighter and a little tighter. And before you know it, you look up like, damn it, I'm suffocating. Wait a minute, my blood pressure done shot through the roof. What's going on? And that's how Notre Dame has won games this year against quality opponents. Now, there have been some blowouts where you look up and you're like, damn, they whooping the wheels off folks. But in this game, it was much more of that controlled. Here's a very fun fact about this game. In the first half, runs of 4 yards or more, 17 by Penn State, 3 by Notre Dame. 3. That's what I mean by it's an anaconda type of situation, because you would think 17 runs of 4 yards or more, oh, you're cooking. You're whooping the wheels off them. There's nothing you can do. Al Golden came out with some phenomenal adjustments in that second half. Credit to him. Credit to those men on the line of scrimmage, regardless of who they were, regardless of the name. Guys stepped up and said, you know what? We're going to fast flow on everything, and we'll make their backs go north and south, which is where they're much less effective. That worked out well. And then offensively, again, shout out to Angeli for doing what he needed to do, getting the team those points going in the half, because I think those points going in the half changed the momentum a little bit. But more importantly, in that second half, Greathouse and company showed up in a major way. This was the first time when Notre Dame receivers had 100 yards in how long, right? Like that's big time. That's real big time to see. So this was a situation where, again, Drew Aller was going to do what he did. I knew if you watch the tape on Drew Aller, he has been stagnant for a very long time. Everybody talks about the fact that Penn State didn't have an offensive identity. They don't have one because their quarterback stinks. That brother stinks. And we all know the reason, but we don't need to talk about why he was projected as this. Oh, he's leaving. He's going to be a quarterback one this year. Yeah, okay. All right. If you were placing bets on Drew Aller to be the first quarterback off the board this year, go talk to the lady. Go seek help, brother.
Yeah, and I got a bag of farts I can sell you and tell you, whisper you secrets to money is too.
Well, I got oceanfront property I can sell you in Detroit, Michigan. Don't ask me what ocean is off of. Just give me the money first. Give me the money.
Give me the money first. We'll talk.
Take out the mortgage. Wire me the money. And
refinance the crib and talk to me.
Yeah. Give me the money. And
you guys, clearly, that's like saying Carson Beck gonna go first round. He dropped himself to a fourth round, and now he's got a transfer.
And I'm gonna tell you, in all seriousness, this game, again, not only was it top to bottom Notre Dame win, but it was also a moment of resiliency. It was also a moment of every guy has to be ready. Even the guys that were getting the wheels whooped off them by Carter, the reality of this is, if you show up and you're not fighting, if you show up and you're not giving everything you got to this cause, Notre Dame loses that game. If Jeremiah Love says, my leg ain't feeling good, all it takes is one tweet. And remember, I hate to bring this up, but it got to be brought up. Remember, the reason players are opting out of bowl games now, Jalen Smith. That was the reason why players were like, I'm good. We saw what happened. And I'm going to tell you, I was going to camps and whatnot with Jalen Smith. He's a hell of a young man, but he's –
Man, that's crazy. We really in the same age because that's all the same man.
Let me tell you something. Me and Taylor
player I ever play with. So,
brother, we was at a Nike camp, and they said, it's this linebacker that keep locking up all the receivers. I said, linebacker locking up the receiver? What the hell y'all talking about? I looked at him. I said, oh.
Yeah, he's like freaky build. Like, you're like, okay, they don't make people like that to play that position.
But to see that even with all of that going in, even with all that context, guys just showed up. Guys just fought. Injuries all over the place. Bad calls all over the place. A missed hold on the outside that was so egregious.
Come on.
And here's the thing. As a defensive tackle, if you hold a 3 technique or a nose guard, it's bodies all around. It's hard to see that.
I mean, that's a corner.
On the outside,
bending the edge around the corner. Like, come on, bro.
The guy's shoulder pad is almost exposed.
He hit him with the Janet Jackson. The Janet Jackson, Justin Timberland, Super Bowl 2028?
Hey, let me tell you something. You hold somebody that's trying to get away from you like that in 2024, you're going to jail. And you should have been going to jail a long time ago. But in all seriousness, this was a moment where despite multiple things working against Notre Dame, they kept fighting. They kept battling. And like Malik says, that fight means something. Hey, all of us
saw with Arizona State. Arizona State had no business on the field with Texas. Hart and Cam Scatterbo was all they needed. I mean, it was like magical. I mean, everything they was doing started working because they just believe different. Like we believe different because I've never seen a team take these many blows injury-wise. I was on a team that was great that took a lot of injuries.
Yeah.
A lot of injuries, and it affected our season. These guys were taking injuries in week 2 and never missed it and had the biggest point margin differential in the country and took all damn near. If you had to think about where our starting roster was game 1 to where now, you're saying 50% is different. 50% is backups and 2s and 3s. And that's how you know the recruiting that Marcus Freeman has done has been masterful because it's not about the $20 million contracts. It's not about the 5-star loaded roster. It's about having 1As and 1Bs. And that's what Marcus Freeman has shown that nobody's got a hip to yet, that everybody is going to start getting hip to because now the facade is over. You don't need the Nick Saban 5-star roster, the Kirby Smart 5-star rosters to win. And you don't need the $20 million build rosters to do it either. You can do it by having 2-way players that Marcus Freeman has smartly adjusted the recruiting strategy to. Because everybody that looked at Brian Kelly's tenure was like, there's no greater you can get because of the obstacles that were presented. But how Marcus Freeman geniusly, if that's even a word, geniusly thought about was to be like, okay, we don't need 5 stars, but if I can get 2 guys that are no different in talent, but they play everything. They can be interchangeable. You're taking a 54-man roster to 108. Emil Wagner, who came in as a defensive tackle, was starting left tackle on offense. Or, I'm sorry, starting right tackle on offense because he's a 2-way player.
Yeah.
You built a roster that's based on 2-way players. Xavier Watts, a defensive player of the year, first-round pick, came in as a receiver.
And I'm going to tell you, even beyond the 2-way pick or the 2-way player aspect of it, is also an element of seniority. There are lots of old guys on this team. There are lots of guys that are 4th, 5th year guys that they've been around the block. They've seen calls not go your way. They've seen, hey, if you leave it to the refs will snatch it from you. They've seen and experienced some heartbreak, with the Irish or elsewhere, to where in this moment there was an unshakable confidence. There was an unshakable quiet confidence that resembled what Freeman had at the podium. Very similar to that, where it's like, hey, we're good. We'll be all right.
Let me tell you something. I just want to show the play that I mentioned earlier. And left, it is literally, this is when I knew, like, okay, this kid is different. Like, this kid is taking the first, taking snaps all year. He does this. And I was like, okay, that 56 is different for this young man. Yeah, that's Abdul Carter. I'm gonna run it back. Abdul Carter rushing against Emil Wagner. This is the first series, 3rd play. Watch Charles Jagsaw. Definitely on purpose. Comes over to help. Carter goes down. Watch Jagsaw. Right there on that left shoulder. Purpose, like, dude. Like, he knew, like, yeah, dude, I'm in this game now.
He had to learn it from the good old Riley sucker punch at the USC game. He had to learn it. Riley straight gave a guy Mike Tyson in the game. Yeah. Gave a guy Mike Tyson in the game.
Riley Mills should have been thrown out. I'm gonna keep it a buck.
Wait, whoa. Come on. Thrown out. This is the part of the game.
Take off your gold glasses.
Whoa. That's the part of the game.
Glasses.
Wait a minute.
You got to ask the sportsmanship.
That's just the part of the game. It gets physical like that sometimes. They didn't kick the kid out that spit in Jordan Clark's face.
And he should have been gone too.
Should have. It was coulda. Then Penn State would be in the championship, but they can't.
Hey, I'm not disagreeing with you. Hey, listen, I have enjoyed being on here with y'all.
My guy Jay Henry. Go ahead. Go.
I was just about to say I have enjoyed being on this show with y'all. I've enjoyed celebrating this with you. Like I said, y'all owe me now. Y'all owe me. Because I took the bows, I took the arrows, I took the grenades. That locked on, they called me everything but a child of God. They called me some slurs. I said, God damn, they done been out since the 1940s. What's this? They called me some things talking about, oh, you just love the Irish. Oh, you just don't believe in Penn State. Hey, listen. The game played out virtually exactly how I said it would. Y'all want to know what my final score for this game was? 24-20. That was my prediction. 24-20 Notre Dame. I was off by about what? 3 points per team or a point or two? I'm just saying. You know what I mean? So, Lucky Lefty Nation, love y'all as always. Y'all got two of the best in the business. And y'all one of the best crowds in the business, man. Y'all are one of the best crowds in the business. Love y'all. See y'all in Atlanta. Take it easy.
That's right.
Yep. Our boy King Gibbs, Lefty Podcast. Let's get to the super chats. Jay Lamont, Jag is a hog, bully ball. Man, come back 6'6", 335 off the bench. Athletic 335. That's not a regular 335. Yeah, you know what I got back here. All right, let me pull this off the shelf. 6'6", 335. Go on in there. That's crazy. Rob in time to win is Nat Mercury City legend. We got that one.
Oh man, what a great win. We knew he was gonna win, but a great win to add to it,
Lisa
man.
Robinson, thank you for the super chat. Great show. The key to the interception was Snead, Blinken, and Warren on that. Yes, it was. He tried to run it out and up, and that forced Al to throw to the second read. Big Snead is the unsung hero. This is our year. Thank you, Lisa Robinson. You're absolutely correct. John Massey, another super chat. Thank you. My dude left. I pay to see you snatch Newton's hat like to lead with crab cheese chain. Mr. Gibbs should indeed file a restraining order versus Drake for that whack song. Put Dr. Irish in connection with that whack song, man. Leave HH alone. Man, he's trash. Let me tell you something. I will say this. Look, now I put this out because I was actually responding to you because you retweeted something with Cam Newton, and I was actually responding to you. And then somebody, I think, I don't know. I guess some people responded. Look, man, Cam Newton deserves every bit of vitriol he gets from Notre Dame fans for the foolish things he says.
And his ugly hats.
But y'all fashion take when it comes to Cam Newton, y'all need to relax.
Okay, the hat's ugly though. Come on.
Y'all need to relax. First of all, this is why I say that. See, it's one thing to say I wouldn't wear that, or I don't like that for me. And when I see people talking about he dresses like a clown, I'm like, just because you
okay, I wouldn't say it's a clown.
You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't. I know a lot of people from our culture left that wear cowboy boots.
That are eccentric. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Never see your boy in a pair of cowboy boots. Ever.
No.
However, I don't look at people that wear cowboy boots and say, man, you dress like a clown.
Yeah, I don't like that.
If you don't get it, you don't get it. If you don't get it, you don't get it. You know what I'm saying? Now you're starting to pile on. Like you don't like what he's saying. You don't like his opinion. Now you're just trying to pile on. You know what I'm saying? Literally, he likes layers. I like layers. I rock layers on top of layers. The look he has where his collar's flipped up with the bow tie is literally the same look they used to wear and still wear in London in its British fashion. It's the same thing that a lot of people in our culture ascribe to and wear. It doesn't rock I'm not rocking it like that. He's not a clown because he dressed like a clown. It's like, come on, man. That right there, bro. That's when I'm like, all right, y'all piling on. You're piling on. You're doing too much. If you want to talk about his takes, that's fine. You don't like the hat. I mean, his hat line is very profitable. You know why? Because there are a lot of people that wear those hats. Are they clowns too? It's like he's wearing the hats because it's his hat line. And
I think the hat's ugly. I'm sorry, Sean. I think the hat was ugly today. Today I thought it was ugly. I usually don't think his hats are ugly. Today I thought it was ugly.
So you're just talking about, like that?
I don't like that. I said he was an ugly hat guy. He's an ugly hat guy today. He's ugly hat.
I'm talking about.
But I say that about Ryan Clark. I don't like all his suit colors.
Exactly. But no one is saying, man, Ryan Clark is dressed like.
I ain't calling him no clown. No, that's messed up.
Nobody's saying.
That's disrespecting him.
It's like, come on, man. It's like if you look, that is his love of hats, especially with the accessories, the pins and the feathers and the hat.
Yeah, he go in.
For those of you that don't know, it's very much entrenched in church in the South. You go to church in the South, the men and women are going to be wearing hats of all different styles. And it's fly and it's eccentric. It's very much an Atlanta thing. And that's where he's from. That's where he's from. Same thing in the Baptist church here in Chicago. You're going to see ladies wearing hats, man. You're going to see the mother's board with their hats on.
Okay, I don't like the girls that wear the fedoras. I don't think that's.
You don't like this style?
It's too sharp of a hat for a girl. It's like you look like Mr. Potato Man or something. Because the hat be too. The fedora. I like a little bend in the hat. When you got
I'm a newsboy. I'm a newsboy hat guy.
Okay,
for me. That's the hat I rock. Newsboy hat.
Yeah.
Fedoras,
the fedora just looked too, for girls, it just looked too crazy for me. I'm like, I don't think it's a good look for girls. Like, it's too big of a hat because most girls got small heads, But man, the freaking, it don't sit, it don't look good on a girl to me. I don't know.
Man, another super chat. Dumpster deplorable. Thank you for the super chat. Every quarterback in India's face has had a bad game. Except for Maeva from USC. He had a really good game until late. He was okay. He threw 2 pick sixes at the end, but
that's what I'm saying. He threw 2 pick sixes. That's just not a good game.
Yeah, he was on heater though. Before those 2 pick sixes, he was throwing dimes against really good coverage. Black Rhino 75. Let's go Irish. Thank you for the super chat. Put your GP questions, your super chats in. We'll get to those. But no, I don't, me left. I don't, yeah. That's why I tweeted that out. Like, his takes are horrible, especially concerning Notre Dame. His take, the double down this morning,
didn't make no sense.
Ryan Clark said it best, like, you're just one of those people that just can't admit you're wrong. It's okay. It's hard to just flat out say, you know what, I was wrong. You don't want to do it.
He don't want to do it. That's all about.
They're not in the conference. And, like, dude, what are we talking about?
What are we talking about?
Penn State, Georgia ain't good. Penn State ain't good. Then who's good? Who's good? I'm glad Stephen A. told him Auburn is trash. Like, you can say if you want. Auburn ain't. What are we talking about?
Who are they gonna play in the SEC that's qualifying to you? Because we done played your daddy at the SEC, which is Georgia, and we beat them. So Mississippi State? You want to see us play Mississippi State, bro? That'll make you feel better about who we going to get. Come on, bro. The only time we should be saying people didn't play anybody is if the FCS team made the championship. That's the only time we can sit there and say, y'all didn't play nobody. Everybody else is in the same division, conference, whatever. It's just the level of coaching and the level of talent make a difference. But that's not our fault. Like, what do you mean? Like, we play who's on the schedule.
You know what's crazy? And I'm gonna say this, and like because there was, people were like, "Yeah, I told you, Charles Jagasaw is a guard. Charles Jagasaw can play every position
whatever
on
he
the offensive
wants.
line."
Yeah, what are we talking about?
No, I told you he was a guard. No, he's just an extremely
It's just
athletic
a
and
good
talented,
offensive lineman.
it's a good offensive line. He would be the best center on the team. He would be the best guard on the team. And he's still the best tackle on the team.
Still the
He's
best.
a better all-around tackle than Anthony Knapp right now. He's a better blocker than Anthony Knapp. He's better in pass pro than Anthony Knapp right now. If they had a battle right now for left tackle, Charles Jagasaw would win the competition. And that's just who he can be. Whatever Notre Dame needs him to be, he's going to be it, and he's going to be really good and elite at it. That's it. So people like hitting their chest. I told you he was a guard. He didn't prove anything. He's whatever he wants to be. If the kid wanted to go play defensive tackle, which he played in high school, he would be really good and athletic at 330 pounds. That's where he'd be. Period. So he's not a guard. He's literally whatever he wants to play or whatever Notre Dame needs him to be. That's it.
Yeah.
It's plain and simple. Which is why I thought when Anthony Knapp went down, I was like, yo, are they about to put Jagasaw at left tackle? And I'm glad they didn't. Glad they put him in a guard because that's the rotation he had been working in during the practices. And Tosh Baker has practiced as the backup left tackle all year. Because last I checked, who beat Emil Wagner and Tosh Baker out for the left tackle position? Charles Jagasaw. The kid literally can do whatever it is that he wants to do. That's it. That's it. He can do whatever when you get I don't know who gave him 56, but they did the right thing. Because he's special. He is a special talent. He's a special talent, man. That kid he might be the next great one at Notre Dame.
I mean, yeah, and it's funny because the next great isn't that far away from what we just had. I mean, we just had first round tackles. We just had Joe Alt. Joe Alt had a great season in the NFL. Like, come on.
Yo, 5-star left tackle is on the way. Will Black is down at the Navy game this week. Rave reviews. Oh, by the way, best defensive player down there in practice this week resides from the south side of Chicago.
Christopher Burgess.
Shout out to Chris Burgess. You see him?
He's huge.
You know him, bro? See them arms?
Yeah.
Huge. Yeah. Don't stop. Don't stop.
he's big. Yeah.
Big boy. I told you, Lev, we might not give you quarterbacks. We might not give you skill positions. But boy, the big boys, I got him in surplus up here. I can't claim Charles Jagasaw, but he is in the same state. He's still from the state of Illinois. We can give you some hogs on the offensive line and defense. Lucky Lefty podcast. Go ahead and talk about the defense, Lev.
Man,
we talked about the offense.
Loved how the defense was able just to stay in it. I think a lot of it was about what Dory said. You got to keep swimming, and obviously adjusting to what they were doing in the run game. I thought it took a little longer than what it usually does. It usually takes the first couple drives, maybe a quarter, but it took the first half to really get down what they were taking advantage of, and just the response, because the response the defense gave wasn't so much schematically, it was a physical response. Okay, you're not going to stiff arm me anymore, 44. You're not going to run us over anymore, 13 and 10. We're going to put bodies on you. And the best part about the difference between what happened with Penn State and us is that Tyler Warren got tired because we put a lot of hats on him. Most teams are only 1.5 deep. So that's manageable for Tyler Warren, the 2 running backs that they got, this, that, and the third. But when you're rotating 3s, 3.5s, 4s, auxiliary players, starters, backups, and everybody's getting in the game and hitting you and tagging you, and the rotations they couldn't handle. And that's all you saw towards the end of the game. Penn State's offense ran out of gas. They went too hard in the first half, and I told everybody that. All them high-flying plays, creative runs, schemed up, watch film study every day, game plan, your best 15, 16 plays. It ran out, and they ran out of gas. Tyler Warren was exhausted. Let alone he was banged up, but he was exhausted. 10 and 13, exhausted. Because you're facing waves of guys on top of us being physical, on top of us showing and giving you different looks and blitzing you and hitting you from all angles. We popped the kid helmet off one time. Y'all remember that? Yeah, we're tagging guys. So, yes, it's one thing to be impactful as a player, and Tyler Warren was very impactful. I mean, he was making plays all over, all day, anytime he wanted. But as the game went on, he went down and down and down. And eventually, Penn State in those last 2 drives, he was looking at who's going to be the deciding factor, because it ain't the quarterback. Guys start disappearing. And I think that's just the niche that we have that makes it such a team effort, is that we literally would throw you everybody on the roster. We would throw you all the legacy players, the RJ Obens, the Youngs, the Jordan Clarks, and then we hit you with all our star players, and we hit you with our backups. We hit you with our extra players. So I think this is one of those few teams where we're looking around and being like, everybody really had a hand in this. Everybody really carried their fair share in getting this championship. This wasn't riding on the backs of seniors or riding on the backs of a bunch of first-round picks, riding the backs of true freshman 5-star players. Everybody had a hand in the success of this team. And because of that, it makes it rare and hard to stop, but also just a special moment in time. How many teams can say they all had a hand in helping in one way or another, where nobody's outshining the next guy? As much as they want to boost Riley Leonard, he's not outshining the next player that's great on the offense or on the team. Even Riley told you, I know y'all giving me a lot of love, but we got to talk to everybody else because they helped me get here. They're the reason I'm here. So I love the fact that it's and Marcus Freeman even does it. It keeps it on the focus of why we're here. It keeps it on the focus of the team, and you see how that reverberates throughout the guys. Nobody sees each other as, oh, I got to save myself for the NFL. Oh, I got to look to transfer. Oh, I'm not getting the right amount of snaps or plays. Everybody's celebrating. And when you have a team that is everybody's on board, everybody has a hand in helping, it naturally becomes something that's hard to beat and unstoppable. It's easy when you're playing at that level where everybody's included, because when guys get hurt like they have, for us to not take a dip, to skip a beat, to slow down, to miss something, it's amazing to see how guys can step in no matter how much experience or how much age and play with the confidence like they've been there the whole time. That's a team energetic. That's a team thing. That's why all these wins feel like very wholesome wins. There's no looking down on ourselves. I mean, everything has been pretty much, we got this. And I don't feel like it'll change going into the championship.
Yeah, man. Let's get some audio from Marcus Freeman left before we get out of here. Marcus Freeman, Riley, I was gonna say Riley Mills, I apologize. Riley Leonard and Christian Gray met with the media immediately after the game. This is how Coach Freeman opened up that session.
Performance and they found a way when it matters the most to get the job done. Penn State was a heck of a football team. I had a lot of respect for them coming into the game, but have more after the game. It's a really good team, well coached, and it was a tough matchup, but these guys are resilient and they found a way to make a play when it mattered the most. And that's what, again, is to me, what great teams, great organizations, they're able to, at that moment, they need to do their job or make a play do it. And the last play doesn't matter. There's unpredictable things that happen all the time, and they find a way to make it work. And I'm really proud of them, excited for this next opportunity. We'll enjoy this thing today and tomorrow before we figure out who our opponent is, and then we got to get healthy and get back to work for one less guaranteed.
I like the fact that he's focused on the final goal, right? It's like, yes, this is a great time, great moment. Everything seems to be going in the right direction, but we need to focus on getting back and started on who we could potentially be facing. And that's just about finishing the race. I think he's taken all the right steps the whole season, getting to this point, and now it's just about how do I finish this and getting the opportunity where, he can really make this something special. And I have a lot of faith that Marcus Freeman isn't going to go into this last game being ill-prepared. Whether we win or lose is different because that's what they have to go do. But from a preparation standpoint, I don't believe we'll walk into this game not ready. And if that's the case, I feel good about finishing regardless of the outcome because I know that Marcus Freeman has done everything you can do. Meeting expectations. It's like LeBron James. You come out of high school as this mythical figure, and then you live up to it and then pass expectations. That's amazing. Because I always talk about the difference in if quarterbacks are actually good or not is when they go from not having to lose the game to you're expected to win the game. Ian Book was a prime example. DeShone Kizer was a prime example. When you ask not to lose it, that's easy. You get a 10-3 season with DeShone. You get an undefeated season with Ian Book. But fast forward a year later, okay, you don't have that same crutch. Now you got to go, if we win games, it's because of you. Because you're doing the most. Because you're going above and beyond. And it drastically changes. And for Marcus Freeman to go into the season with the expectations of there is no excuse that we haven't given him. Like Marcus Freeman, there is no outs. That's why there was no outs versus NIU. Was no outs this whole season. And we didn't give you an out because of the expectation of what we already know you can do. And to be able to live up to that and then pass those expectations, you in special territory. So this is very special moment that I believe that these guys are embarking on. And so the win or loss is almost inconsequential because everything that they did to get to the journey and to get to the end of the road, they've taken it. And all you can do is just be really excited to see them finish how they put the work in for it.
I agree with you, Left. Big play at the end of the game, play of the game, the interception of Drew Aller by Christian Gray, Coach Freeman and Christian Gray. These were their thoughts on that big-time play that set up the eventual game-winning field goal by Miss Jeter.
Challenge every time, and we just did our job, and we just kept them to 0 catches. So, yeah.
That's him, man. You know what? Keep it simple. As a defensive mindset.
I'm sorry, I had to stop that. That's wild that Riley Leonard laughed at that 0 catches, bro. Christian Gray is just like, yeah, man, we just challenge, and held him to 0 catches. And
It's literally like
quarterback. He's busted up laughing like,
because you're like, there's just no way that's possible. You know what I'm saying? You're like, as a quarterback, you're thinking of like putting yourself in his shoes. You're like, I know I'm not that trash. Like, you got to be trash. Touchdowns one thing, but to have no catches, you're trash. Like, that's laughable because it's never been a thing before. And when you say it out loud, it's funny because you're like, you probably ran 70 plays and none went to receivers. Y'all suck. Like, that's terrible.
Not one? That's crazy.
Not one? That's what I'm saying.
Oh, man. You know what? I'm keep it simple. You know, as a defensive mindset, you have a lot of confidence in your corners to be able to play man-to-man coverage. It allows you to do a lot of different things with those 9 other people. But we can't always just play man, too, because that's how some of those big plays happen. You can scheme us up, but just those guys. One of my favorite plays Christian made today, it wasn't a play on a pass. This guy cracked block and he filled and made a huge tackle. I think that was on 3rd down. You know, he gave, how much did he weigh? 190, 80, 70. He put all 175 pounds to that tackle, man. But that's, you know what, that hurts. That hurts. You know, and he's made to play man coverage, but I don't know how much he lined up to throw his body in there against a 200-pound running back that runs physical, but that's the way we choose to play this game. That's what I told him in the locker room. That's what I told him before the game. We choose to play this game in a physical, very physical manner. And you know what? Like, you're going to have to play through pain, but that moment in that locker room when we're singing that fight song and we're celebrating together, it numbs the pain. And I'm just proud of them, and grateful that we have these guys in our locker room.
Well, I mean, Marcus Freeman said it perfect, man. I think to convince the team to play with the physicality that we have all season, even the backups, and the secondary guys and their starters, and guys not to leave the program in a world where you can leave for nothing. I mean, it's underrated why this is the best season, because we're going to look back and think of how hard all these little things we make look easy really be unattainable for teams on a year-to-year basis. How are teams going to keep up with retention, transfer portal, recruiting? Then you add restrictions to that. Then you add the scheduling, your staff, because Notre Dame's a stepping stone place. You even sniff semi-success in Notre Dame, you're going to get offers. So for your coaches to not take different offers, for your players to not take different offers, to get in the transfer portal and leave when they're not happy with their position or playing time or whatever, to meet expectations and exceed them, to lose the game that you did and to bounce back the way you have in a dominant fashion where they can't complain, to take a quarterback on a one-year basis when he didn't have a whole spring. He had 3 months and a couple practices. That's special. And for Marcus Freeman to do all of that and to remain humble, remain keeping the focus about the team and finishing the mission, it just shows that, man, you're dealing with a lot of things like the stars aligning. The stars align for Notre Dame in year 3. And me and you having that great discernment, we've already knew this is where we were going to end up. But like you always say, it requires them to actually go and do it. We can guess all the time. But they've actually went and did what we expected our team to do. How often do you get a chance to do that as a college football fan? So for us to live up to the hype, literally, and be in this position, we're one of the best teams around and definitely one of the best teams in Notre Dame history.
Another super chat from Jay DeLutis. Thank you for the super chat. Marcus feels like he is on track to be the modern version of Lou Holtz. If you are not a believer, do you believe now? You're absolutely right, Jay. He has proven everybody wrong. All of his doubt is wrong. Ed 3, the super chat. Great show, guys. On to the Natty. Ed, as always, thank you for supporting us the way you do continually. We appreciate you, my guy. Riley Leonard. Man, we know about the picks. We know about the tough first half. But what was the second half all about for you, Riley?
Medical support team, first and foremost, did a really good job. Got up a little wobbly, so that's an indicator that they got to bring me to the 10 and go take me through all the concussion tests. So we went through all the tests, and they decided I was good to go back. But we definitely took our time and evaluated my numbers from this summer when I took a brain test to what I performed in the 10. So past that, and Steve Angeli, I mean, this is a guy who is kind of waited his turn and all year is prepared. Like, he's a starting quarterback every single week, showing a lot of maturity, and he helps me out a lot. I mean, he's a guy on the sideline who knows exactly what the defense is doing, and he's a good friend of mine, and I appreciate him a lot. So for him to go in and drive him down the field 3 points before half, that was big.
Showing love to Steve, coming out, the injury, and I just think overall that was a huge momentum and spark for Notre Dame going into the second half and coming out and being able to establish the run, like you said, left right up the gut. Like, they went straight for the heart of Penn State. They're like, dude, we're not going to try to run outside anymore. They were trying to run outside with Jadari, and it just wasn't working all night. Penn State was just bringing run pressure, run blitzes off the edges all night long, and slanting away from the pressure. And Notre Dame adjusted. They went with quick stuff on the inside and caught them blitzes and some stunts. And I'm gonna be honest, man. If Jeremiah was healthy, he'd break about 2 or 3 of those for like big run. If
he was falling forward. He was falling forward.
Yeah. Now, it was one first half that they ran off right tackle. If he's healthy, he's out the back door. He just, his balance wasn't there. He didn't have that full strength in his knee. But that kid gave you everything that he had in Notre Dame. Did every bit of it to come out with that victory. What changed in the second half, Riley? What changed?
Much of an altering game plan. There were some checks that I could have made in the first half, but overall, I knew what the defense was giving me. We just knew what to get to in the second half. But no, I mean, I saw it well, and I've seen perform on a couple plays, but I can live with that. If I didn't throw that ball to J2, which I overthrew for an interception, I would have regretted it. So, I'm confident in, my progression. That was the right throw. I just got to execute, but I can live with that. If I were to, not throw it and hesitate, that's one thing. But I let it fly, and then, I got picked, but that's all right.
They're just total 180 from, players have been open. I just decided not to throw the ball. What you saw last night is the maturation of a quarterback. Number one, just to be able to get over like humongous mistakes. Penn State scores 24 points. 10 of those points are the result of turnovers that are directly connected to Riley Leonard.
Yeah.
It's like
directly connected
to Riley Leonard. So you talk about a kid that put the defense and his team in poor positions, but then responded and made the necessary plays. That's clutch, man. Absolutely clutch. Marcus Freeman, what was the message to your guys at halftime?
We got a lot of confidence in the offensive line room, and when Knapp goes down, Tosh Baker has to go in, and when Rocco goes down, Charles Jagasaw has to go in, and we got a lot of confidence in them. I think the situation right before half, you got a new quarterback in there. It's a 2-minute situation. They're trying to rush upfield, and they made some plays. they were able to, as I told the offensive staff and the team in the locker room, we have to be able to run the ball. We got to stop the run. That's not changing. We said that going into the game, and we're saying that at halftime. And we had to make some adjustments, which we did. We had to try to calm some things down. And, the running attack, the rushing attack truly helped us open some things in the passing game in that second half. And, Riley just executed, wideouts executed. The O-line did their job. Tight ends played well. And find a way to win it in a game-winning field goal. So, it was going to be a battle, and we didn't have great production in the first half, and it was a 7-point game. And I told them we get the ball the first series of the second half, and we just got to execute on this play. But I wanted them to understand we did not play to our standard in the first half, and credit to Penn State for what they did on both sides of the ball. But it was a 7-point game. It didn't feel like that going into the locker room, but it was a 7-point game, and our guys went out there and performed the second half.
The coach has to know the pulse of. I always harken back to this left. Thank you, everybody, for locking in with us today. I always harken back to this left. It is amazing how many coaches don't have the heartbeat of their team, are incapable, good X's and O's guys, but just incapable of knowing what to say or what button to push to get the most out of your team or to get them to respond. It truly is a gift. Not everyone can do it. And Marcus Freeman has shown time and time again, when things look bleak, he can get his team to respond. Whether it's week to week, middle of a season,
don't matter.
Doesn't matter. He knows how to get his team to respond. So I'm not shocked that he said the right thing at halftime.
Yeah, definitely not shocked, man. I think he's been locked in on what he's came in with. He's still riding on. He hasn't changed up what he felt from a philosophy standpoint or a team expectation or standard. He's always stayed the same way. And year 3 is just the buy-in process by the guys that he's recruited, the guys he's coached for a couple of years. Guys believe in what he's saying. And I think that has proven to be the total difference, because now when Marcus Freeman talks, the things that we may have questioned in the beginning, we're seeing come to fruition and being like, okay, he's 100% sticking to what he was saying in the beginning and he's saying now. It's just everybody else around him has started to believe and started to become bought into it. So now it makes sense. Now Marcus Freeman's looking like the genius that's saying, I told you so. But it took a while for people to buy in. Took a while for his guys to come into the team that he recruited, guys to understand the basis of what we want to do offensively, defensively, and the pieces that are plug and play, they've been able to manage, and we've been able to elevate their talent around us. So fostering the right environment, I think Marcus Freeman has done a tremendous job of, and that's coming off of a coach that's been here so long where you think a lot of that would linger longer than the 3 years that it has, or even before that. I wouldn't even say it lingered that long. So most times, like most organizations, when you think about quarterbacks, for instance, they have a hard time replacing a great quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Steelers still struggling, the Dolphins still struggling. Guys that have had generational quarterbacks in the pros.
Oh, don't forget to mention the Jaguars. Don't forget them too. Don't forget them too. Don't leave your boys out there.
The Jags in there. But but with that being said, for us to be able to not let that affect us and to replace a head coach that's the winningest head coach in Notre Dame's extremely long history to replace him in the short amount of time that we did and to be playing in a championship thereafter in a short period. I mean, the moves made to sustain a program at that level and then to elevate it, I mean, that's masterful work. That's masterful work. That's like replacing Ed Orgeron with Brian Kelly and then LSU back in the championship. Oops. That's what they did, and it didn't work out. But for us, it did. And we can just see just how those two programs have taken totally different turns with the same situation. You replace a championship coach, a winningest coach of all time, with a guy that you don't know about. And the guy you don't know about is turning in better results. So, I mean, from that standpoint, a little Marcus Freeman is nothing but to be proud of where he's came and to look forward to finishing the job and getting a national championship.
Yeah, it is absolutely amazing. And Notre Dame, after everything that has transpired this season, it took me a while. First of all, I woke the house up. Mrs. is like, yo, I'm like, bro.
You gotta get up for this one. This one's crazy.
I'm like, you don't understand. Like, no. Huge for especially new era Notre Dame fans. Congratulations, man. Hopefully you'll get the feeling that I got on January 1st, 1989. I know what that feels like. To have your head coach lifted up and you hoist the trophy and you are the best. Notre Dame on January 20th gets that opportunity to hoist Marcus Freeman and carry him off the field and hoist that championship trophy. And my prayer is that all of you younger Notre Dame fans that have no recollection of 89, don't even have a recollection possibly of the 2005 Bush Push game or anything like that, that you have your moment and the Fighting Irish can finish the deal for you and make all of us proud. Make all of us proud on January 20th. It is that cat Riley gave us that extra wing yesterday, dog. That cat we
was working with 5 wings for a minute. He was working with 5 wings for a minute.
After that second interception, I'm like, yeah, this dude gave me 5 wings. I'm gonna have to take it back to the store.
Yeah, I had to complain and get my money back. Got a fresh batch of free 5, 6 wings. You know what I'm saying? Good grief, man! You gotta be working hard. I'm over complaining, can't tip. You know, you put me in the bad spot. But you know, when it comes back against the wall, you're earning your money, earning your keep. Ryan Leonard has done that, and we can't complain. We got to put that to bed. Is he perfect? Is he the best quarterback through Notre Dame history? No. But has he done enough and rallied the team around him enough to get to this point? He has, and you got to give him credit. Obviously, the finish is the most important, but to track the journey and how hard it had to have been coming in with being a captain, not being available until the very end, and then taking on the first 5 games of figuring it out and the next 5 of dominating, and the 5 after that, you're playing for a championship. So incredible story by Riley Leonard. Hopefully they can encapsulate that in a documentary so it's something that can last forever. But, I mean, I know he's living the dream. And, hell, being in that same situation on a good team that's on the way, you feel like it, and everything doesn't go the right way, I can understand how it feels if it does go the right way, because we still had the same sort of ingredients, and the meal came out better for them, and they're definitely enjoying it. So it's well-deserved and well-earned, obviously, and hopefully we're watching the 2nd and 3rd place teams tonight, and we'll see who we play going into the championship.
Lucky Lefty podcast. What's your prediction for tonight, Left? Your Ohio boys roll tonight?
Don't matter. You know, I would love to see Ohio State.
Oh, you know, I'm pulling for Carnell, bro.
Gotta pull
until they face Notre Dame.
I think Ohio State will win. I hope they do win for what it means perception wise for us beating them. So I'd hope that Ohio State does come out on top on this game. But I wouldn't mind Texas coming out on top in the game. We played them in the championship either, because I know they'll be replaying our game from 2015 when we smacked them. So that'll be a recurring theme all week on replays, our 2015 game versus Texas. But either way it goes, man, 2 tradition programs and a nice way to win a championship on the backs of a traditional program of Texas or Ohio State. So I'm ready for it.
Lefty podcast, bro. We'll be back this weekend, guys. We'll jump in more. Mikael Blade. I see Mikael Blade is not committed, ladies and gents. Mikael Blade has not committed to any school. I just talked to a young man over the break. He's not committed. And more than likely, I think January 25th is going to be some type of recruiting weekend at Notre Dame, more than likely. Mikael Blade will probably.
Oh, that'll be for the ceremony?
You know,
end of
like
the year thing?
Junior day. Junior day. I think it's the 25th. I might be wrong, but I think initially that's what it sounded like. 5 days after winning the national championship, is back to the recruiting trail for Marcus Freeman and the Fighting Irish. Penn State fans, I see you on whining and complaining about, man, we were better in every area except for the scoreboard.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, pound sand.
You didn't have a better coach. You didn't have a better coach.
Definitely had a better coach.
You definitely didn't have a better quarterback.
And 2 main components, man.
2 main components.
If it takes bread, cheese, and turkey to make a sandwich, you didn't have 2 of those 3 things. So now what you got?
Right. Lucky Lefty podcast. We spin it different.